Welcome to Pew Pew Bang, a video game podcast that's also a slumber party. We're talking games, we're sharing stories, and dishing out life advice. My name is Kelsey Lewin, and joining me, we've got Janet Garcia.
Hello.
Haley Maclean.
Howdy doody.
Sarah Podzorski.
Pew Pew Bang's breaking up, and it's all because of a beer tube.
The beer tube gate.
It's true.
Beer tube gate.
It's true.
You know what?
It's true. We truly can't come to a consensus.
No, Haley, no, Haley, no!
Ew, that's so nasty. She's pouring.
not.
Was that Monster?
And it has
such a
broken
waste.
the alliance.
There's
okay,
nothing in there.
Well, the thing is, okay, the reason
mouth.
that, because that, is that Monster?
No, it's a Galaxy. It's an IPA.
Oh, okay, that's what I was
It's a
nasty.
beer.
Because I was like,
Now
it
let
looked
me
a
go
little
get
like,
a glass so I could take it.
it looked a little like brown. It was a little unseemly looking. I was like, ew.
Ew.
Okay, I don't actually know if that segment's gonna go in a separate Sarah's Loaded Gun or whatever, but anyways.
I don't know.
Haley's-
Maybe we'll just bury
Haley's
it in the
grenade.
backyard.
Can we call it like
Yeah.
Haley's grenade or something?
Well,
My
that's
glass.
good. Maybe we should just make that one public for everyone because that was a good discussion.
That would be
But
fun, yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
beer tubes and the efficiency of pouring cans into a beer tube one at a time is not what we're discussing today, believe it or not.
We already discussed it.
It's already been fully discussed. Today we're getting competitive, and we're talking about something that, other than one of us, I guess, I think we're all still kind of wrapping our heads around. It's one of my favorite things in the world, but plus a letter. Esports!
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay,
roasted.
don't stop listening. Don't stop listening. If I can watch my baseball
Oh.
team lose 12 games in a row, then you can listen to this episode and learn a thing or two about esports.
Yeah, it's not all what you think it is. Scary.
It's not,
It's fun.
yeah, and
Are these Sarah's
think-
horses, which are also horses?
See, I don't want esports to be my horses. Okay,
It's a
bad
Mr.
you are
Manius.
the only one that has been steeped in
I
the
have been
culture.
steeped in the fires of esports. I feel like I rode the esports wave, and then I also crashed with the esports wave.
Interesting.
If you work in the video game industry, you often will brush up against esports at some time or another, whether you want to or not, especially between the years of like 2016 and 2020. We were a little in the trenches with it, but I guess I'll tell you what my history with esports are.
Mhm.
Please.
So I guess like Kelsey, we both played League of Legends. I want to say growing up.
Unfortunately.
And I remember watching the first ever like League of Legends. I don't know if it was Worlds, but the first ever like live stream tournament because it was outside in the sun. Nobody could see the screen because it wasn't covered, so they had this giant projector screen outside, and like nobody could really see it. Everybody had Teemo hats on, and they had like a weird cheating scandal because somebody looked over their shoulder at the screen.
Ooh.
And then that became like the big talk of the town. And I thought that was like, this was like 2012, freshman year of college. I'm watching it in the dorms, drinking my UV blue, vomiting in the bathroom. Like, I thought this was like peak. I was like, this is what I want for the rest of my life. Okay, I want to be watching esports, participating in it. Like, I was part of my college's gaming club, and we had like a League of Legends team and a StarCraft team. No others. I think it was literally just those two. And we also had to have kids from other schools because there wasn't enough people at our school to fill out the teams, right? And then I graduated
You
college.
went to like a big state school, but I guess it was
It,
pretty
like,
early.
Nowadays, colleges super support esports in a way that I think is foolish. Where like they have those entire like, this is the Doritos gaming studio, and like we all have Alienware PCs, and like we have an Overwatch team, we have a CS:GO team. Like if it's a game, we have a team for it, and like people actually get like like scholarships now for it, and I don't quite understand. Like I feel like esports has come and gone. You know, it had its time, it will always be there, but it didn't. It kind of Icarus to the sun
Mhm.
a little bit. It's like
I think-
my stance.
My slightly, like, I have a very similar stance, but I think that esports rise and fall with the economy because
Yes.
there's not really
Mm.
money in it yet. And so it's a thing that, I mean, this was literally kind of the last surge of it was a bunch of not esports, sports ownership
Mhm.
groups pouring a bunch of money into it. And then it just kind of, it started unraveling as the economy started getting bad again. And I guess we should mention that, like, we are talking about North America specifically because it is a totally different game in like South Korea and China and stuff, and it is as far as I can tell, incredibly profitable over there. So
Yeah, for whatever reason, like America itself, we're just not pumping money into it, right? So the thing about esports is like it needs unfathomable amounts of cash that it will not return anything.
Is that because
when you
it's
think of
too
gaming,
flashy? Like they make it so
It's
flashy.
because I had to do a little bit of like research into it, and essentially a lot of it has to do with the fact that you can watch it for free, right?
Yeah.
Like you pay for sports subscriptions, you pay for subscriptions to watch everything else. Esports has always kind of been like Twitch, YouTube, free to watch. And like yeah, you buy tickets to the events, but like nobody's going to like every single esports event, right?
Well,
people
not
only
only
care about
that-
like Worlds or like LCS.
Yeah, and not only that, I can't. This might have literally been Mark Cuban that said this, or some other. I think it was some sort of sports owner who was like, "Yeah, the ticket sales aren't really the driver. It's like the stuff you buy when you're actually in the stadium." And people are not going there to buy drinks. They're not going there. I mean, they might buy a snack or two, but like it does not have the alcohol pull for sure that sports do, nor the like merch pull or even the food pull that other
Is the
events
alcohol
have.
bit, and this might just be speculation on like y'all responding's part, but like is that like an age thing? Like does it skew younger so there's less people there
I
to
think
buy
it
the alcohol?
I don't know.
like because I went to, I think the only like esports event I ever went to, I never went to like Katowice, like the big tournament ones, but I think it's mostly because I went to the Blizzard ones. I went to Overwatch League, and that was literally in a studio in Burbank. And it was entirely produced for online watching. So like if you wanted to eat snacks, you had to literally leave what was basically an open studio and go outside, and like you could eat nachos, like you could buy merch, but like I don't think they would let you bring it back in due to like the ample amounts of technology all over the place. And I think I saw something else really interesting. Like when you buy merch, you're more likely to buy the game's merch than the team's merch.
Right.
Which I think isn't. I mean, I bought Overwatch League merch. Haley's wearing. What are you? LA Gladiators?
Yeah.
That's sick because I was LA Valorant, so we are officially rivals.
Okay.
Whoa.
Friendship over.
I bought this for
But yeah,
Michael,
so-
but it fits me.
Oh, does it have his like gamer tag on it?
It has no. Shaz was his favorite player at the time, who was a really good Zenyatta player.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think that's so like this is the thing that when the Overwatch League came out, I was really excited because they seemed to be taking a more traditional sports route with it, which I thought was smart. I'm not in charge, and for a good reason. It doesn't seem like that actually was smart or worked out, but like I loved the idea of like, okay, if there's a team in my city, now I have a reason to like go root for these people and maybe get invested in the like the players and the people and everything in the same way that you would for a sports team. And it doesn't seem like it played out that same way. So like I'm happy that Haley, for you and Michael, like you actually did find a favorite player and a favorite team and everything that way, but it didn't work that way for me, but I really wanted it to.
Yeah, no, we were really into it. Like when I was still writing guides and stuff, one of my beats was like highlight clips from the Overwatch League for that week or whatever. So I was very in it. It was the year that it was the very first year when London Spitfire won. And it was really, I loved the Overwatch League. It was so fun.
you had to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It was quite like I was working at the time. I was working for Omen, which was the sponsor, the PC
Cool.
sponsor for the Overwatch League.
That's so cool.
So I had a lot of like backstage access. I had a lot of the content was Overwatch content. I did
Cool.
like a commercial with Omen with the Overwatch League, where they got the most normal guy on the Overwatch team, Jake, the most like charismatic guy, and his gamer tag is literally just Jake.
Shout out to Jake. That's such a, yeah, people that just use their name.
I feel like that's the thing about esports is like when you're in it, you're like, how could this fail? And then it's like several years later, Overwatch. I think the reason it failed because then they tried to get big sports names into like to Overwatch League, right? They were like, oh, like you own a sports team, you should also own an Overwatch team. And then like they had all these stipulations, like they had to like build an arena, like they had to have an esports arena in their town, and they had to like sign a contract for so many like games that they would have to play, and like they had all of these rules. And I feel like, and then COVID hit, which you'd think wouldn't hurt esports because it's online, but it definitely hurt the Overwatch League. And I feel like the issue with video games is because they are constantly getting patched and updated. I feel like the meta is what killed Overwatch for me.
Yes, 100%.
And I'm like, did that also kill Overwatch League? Like,
It must be such a hard balance to make, because you have regular players who just want to play new like the GOATS meta that when Brigitte came out back during this era, it was such a mess because it was just essentially you ran the GOATS meta or you lost the game. But like that necessarily wasn't prevalent in just normal everyday ranked play at, you know, anything below top 500-ish kind of level, right? Like normal people could play other characters and have fun, but all the tweaks were, let's make GOATs not as prevalent anymore, but then it kind of fucked up all the lower level play that weren't focusing on GOATs. So like, who do they do they split it in half and like do all these changes to only top 500 and esports players, and everyone else has a different version of the game? Like, how do you get around that? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably like the biggest issue with esports becoming popular. I mean, obviously there's a bazillion video games. There's maybe not a bazillion that can become competitive, but there's a bazillion video games. There's not really a bazillion sports. There's like, you know, if you really stretch it out, like 9, right? Like you can start getting like cricket in there and stuff, right? But like we kind of have a finite amount of sports that we've determined are like,
yeah, and there's not going to be like a new sport coming out that within a month everyone will be playing it and not playing football again.
Yeah,
and most importantly, nobody owns baseball, the concept. Nobody owns soccer, the concept. So you, at any level in the world, can be, you know, maybe you don't have all the equipment or whatever, but like, no matter where you are in the world, you can
license
learn
to play
how to play. Yes, you can play this. You can have, you know, matches between you and your friends, and like, there's just literally no, you know, there's nothing that you have to kind of like prepare or own other than maybe some equipment. And yeah, I mean, baseball and all these other sports, like, sure, they change rules every once in a while, but like very incrementally.
No one's gonna be like, I don't like the new pitcher meta. Like baseball freaks out when they get to use a new bat.
That kind of happens, right?
To use a new bat, but like people aren't gonna like leave. Like it's not gonna affect anyone playing baseball in their backyard.
Yeah,
they'll be like, I don't want you want to play some casual baseball. I don't want to. I don't like the new pitcher meta. I don't like it.
Like now that the pitch clock's there, I just feel like I can't play in this environment anymore.
Do we want to back up and define like what makes a game an esport?
Yes,
because I feel like it is such
Professor Sarah.
It's like what makes a game an indie game. It's dumb, nebulous, in my opinion, and sometimes unnecessarily philosophical on what makes a game an esport.
Yeah, because I mean, unless we're talking about speed runs being an esport, which we can talk about later, like they're all multiplayer. And then what? Like that's like the only defining, you know, through line, right?
It's an esport if I look at it and I don't know what's happening. That's how I know it's an esport.
That's like, how you know.
Like, yes, because it's like I've been playing video games my whole life, and I'm always humbled by there's so many types of video games out there. Looking at it and never knowing what I'm looking at. Just seeing, like, I could.
That's what makes it. That's one of like the biggest reasons why esports has not taken off, even to like a casual audience. Because like a casual audience can watch baseball and you get it. The little guys run around the diamond, and the more they run around, the more points you get. But with esports, you're like, okay, so the for Overwatch is like, so the horse is firing at the lady that has wings. She did something, and there's a ninja, and it's like, God damn it, this is cringe as hell.
I don't think it's that crazy, but I don't think that there's been a lot of effort in, like, there's no, if you're watching a pro Overwatch stream or whatever, right? There's not like and maybe, please tell me if I'm wrong, because this would be incredible and I think this would help a lot. But there's not like a stream where it's like, I've never watched this before, so this stream, can you like be simple and explain things as they're happening rather than, you know, just, if you have never heard of Overwatch and someone's just like, fair ult, like, what does that mean? Those are just two words that don't make any sense at all.
Hog purple.
I think games are inherently more complex than sports, but I do think sports isn't easy either, and a lot of sports struggle with this. I know, like, and also it depends on the kind of sport. I think that's also the problem with esports for like an approachability standpoint. It's such a fast moving game. Like soccer has this problem. It's like combo speed, also combo like old head ideologies. But the one reason they don't show more of like
sport in the world. What are you talking about?
Soccer? No, like, because you can't like this. You're joking, right? Because baseball is like glacial. Because baseball's turn based, so inherently there's like so much
Baseball is
downtime.
turn-based.
There's so much
Baseball is a
downtime
turn-based
to
RPG.
show. Same with football, like American football, like which is great for viewing because there's so much time for them to do.
Yeah,
Real time
RPG,
turn,
yeah.
whatever the hell, right?
yeah,
Like the game
yeah.
version.
the active
genuinely-
time battle. Yeah,
There's so much more time for them to do asset overlays and have like additional cameras. So like it's a great
that's
time to
fair.
watch
Okay.
American football because if you can just be told like they need to get a first down, great. Watching it on TV, you see a big ass yellow line, you know that's where they need to go.
Yeah.
There's some things that might confuse you here and there, but generally like it's so clear. And like a frustration with soccer, and this is again part speed, part like people's kind of stuck in their ways. There's not enough downtime for them to grab the footage and then like throw an asset to like over. Like by the time they do all that, like the game already continued. So like basketball, same deal. At least like there's so many timeouts and
That's true. There's like
in
no
basketball.
really stopping points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't like throw a little box like and be like, this is. I don't know what they would show for Overwatch, but like there's no assisted assets on there.
There is.
Maybe that's why I find
watched League of
soccer
Legends
hard to
Worlds recently, and like there's a bunch of like Twitch overlays. You know, like they show you everybody's health, what everybody's buying. You can like hover over to see what they're building.
you
Which
can
is
hover
like
over
it's
the
already
dice.
you have to know how the game works,
Yes.
or else you won't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been,
Yeah.
even for me, it's been long enough since I was playing League that like I struggle to follow other than just kind of the basics if I'm watching a game because I'm so far removed.
And I
from
feel
it
like
at this
such a
point.
boomer because like during Worlds they like wear skins, and I'm like, what character is that? And I have to get really, really close.
Skins?
And it's like, that's Lee Sin. And I'm like, he's been in the game since like, he was one of the, like 2007, like, oh, that's Wukong. And I'm like, doesn't look like Wukong. Who is that?
I didn't know.
I don't
were
think they
allowed
should be able to wear
skins. No, that's
skins.
confusing.
Because I'm like, I don't know who
Overwatch
any
League is strict
of these
about that.
characters are.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't wear skins at all, so that everybody's silhouette is 100% clear, which they're kind of losing the bill on that.
For esports, it's multiplayer, obviously, and then it's competitive, right? Like there has to be like a clear win to make it an esport.
It has to have a certain level of technical skill required too. Like you have to be
really a high skill ceiling.
Yeah.
But low enough that anyone will pick it up and try it, I feel like low enough that you can get a big audience.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what a lot of esports have is huge player bases that you can then pick like the best of the best, right?
Because
So,
if
like,
no one's playing the like actual game, not competitively, not as an esport, then it won't. Like, how would it
Take
find
off.
its viewer audience?
That's the other
you
weird
know?
thing is like you don't have to play baseball to enjoy watching baseball.
No, I hate playing baseball.
But I feel like
Why
I
did I
could
do
play
that?
Overwatch and never engage with competitive Overwatch and have like I don't want to watch any competitive Deadlock. I love to play Deadlock. Don't feel like I need to watch some kind of tournament or like Worlds event with Deadlock.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that can
So it's
happen with
weird.
sports, but I agree with you saying that like it can't go the other way. Like you can both like play baseball and not watch it. You can watch it and not play it, but it'd be really weird to watch Overwatch League and not play it like at all.
Yeah.
Or
not
just
have
I
to
don't play
never
that
have
often.
even tried it
Yeah.
would have been weird.
Yeah. And I guess I should say real quick, because we're saying that they're all multiplayer, they're all competitive. Like, if we go back to like, primordial history of what could be considered an esport, I mean, like the actual first ones were just like score chasing, right? Like we're just talking like who gets the highest Space Invaders score or whatever, right?
But I feel like the one defining thing about an esport is the spectators.
Yeah.
Like, because like, Overwatch is just a competitive game, but the minute you put it in front of an audience with like a competition and a team, then it's an esport.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, because you could say like speedrunning might be an esport, and it does have an audience, but like, it doesn't have, like a sports level audience is kind of what makes a game an esport. Like, and that it eliminates so many competitive games, but also not everything is an esport.
I think of speedrunning and events like ADGQ and stuff as more like the Olympics, where there's some sort of like, the Olympics has a lot of stuff that like, sure, yes, I'm not saying any of these are not sports, but they're not like mainstream, they can be some
You're like,
kind of
suddenly I
niche
care about
things,
curling.
Like, curling.
It's like, I'm trying to watch someone get the
sharpshooting.
Final Fantasy VII world record.
Yeah. And
I didn't care about that yesterday, and I'm not going to care about it tomorrow, but I'm going to care about it today.
And like, crucially, just like the Olympics, the AGDQs and stuff always have commentators who are explaining the strategies, why this is difficult, what parts are difficult, what parts are interesting. And that's true of the Olympics. They don't just go like put on curling and are like, we all know you know what's going on in curling. We're going to talk high level strats here. You know, like they're actually like explaining it a little bit better and explaining like why this person is a better curler than another person, you know, like what they're doing differently. So it's, I don't know. I think it's like a different flavor of sport.
It requires a lot of pomp and circumstance trying to validate itself almost. It's giving a little bit desperate to be viewed as a sport.
The game industry has always been desperate.
Yeah, but it's, you know, like Nintendo is interesting because they don't put any money into esports, and yet they still have competitive scenes with Smash Bros. And, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they send
like
cease and desist. They send cease and desist to
yeah,
Smash Bros.
They'll never
tournaments.
run them, but those things still persist purely because of the game, right? And so, like, if you look at the shitty little camera in the corner of a room in a hotel, and everyone's sitting in those ugly chairs, and they're playing, that's an esport. But I feel like what the people who pour money into it want us to think of esports is NFL football. They want us to think of esports in that way, when it really could just be something else that's a lot more simple.
I agree that there's like grassroots esports, but I feel like esports equals money. There's money involved somewhere, because you want to know what esports are. It's marketing and advertisement for the game itself.
Yeah.
All esports tournaments, like League of Legends World, Overwatch League, Katowice, like CSGO, it's all just advertisements for the game itself. And that's why it's like promoted by the company that makes the game. Like they're the ones that like run it, have all the rules for it. They usually put it together in some capacity.
It's an interesting symbiotic relationship between like the players, the teams, the league, and then the publisher of the game. Like they're all four separate units that have to work together in order for anything to happen. And you just don't really see that. Well, like you kind of see it with other mainline sports, but like what you were saying earlier, Kelsey, is like nobody owns football. But yeah, if you had it creates a certain level of control when the publisher owns the underlying IP in which the sport is played in general. Like, and you know, when you double it in with the players a lot of them are teenagers, they're like 17 years old. Their parents are the ones that are signing their agreements to you know, say, use my son's likeness right in whatever marketing you want to do for however many years, blah, blah, blah. It's very predatory because one, yeah, they're teenagers. And two, if they don't do what the league says or something and they try to go have a separate streaming career, they're still under the foot of their previous quote unquote employer. They say contractor, so they don't have to give them any benefits. But, you know, they're controlling them to the level of an employer and just not treating them well. And they could get stuck where they're banned from playing Overwatch ever again. And you could never ban a football player from ever touching a football again. You know what I mean? Like that could never happen.
Yeah, you can ban them from the NFL, but you can't ban them from like
playing
just
sports,
touching a football. Yeah.
But, you know, theoretically, a 17-year-old kid who goes on here and doesn't do well or something and loses the contract or whatever and maybe leaves on bad terms, they could try to punish him by sending cease and desist for his, or like, you know, DMCAs for taking down his streams. Who knows? Like it creates a lot more opportunity for abuse. So that's why you have to be a bit more careful with these units. And there's a lot of stories about, these young kids getting kind of taken advantage of by pump and dump sort of marketing people that saw a lot of investment opportunity in this. I'm going to own the next football team equivalent. Like, I can't wait. And they throw a bunch of money in it and then treat all the players kind of shittily.
Yeah. I listened to a really interesting podcast, and I cannot for the life of me remember which esports team owner was the one talking, but it was, I think it's Optic Gaming, because he is part of the like esports stadium in Texas that's next to the Cowboy Stadium and everything. But he was talking about sort of the evolution of, you know, how when this started, they were absolutely like super taking advantage of kids. Like it was just, you know, we don't even have a facility for you. You're just working, you know, practicing 12-hour days, whatever. Like you just go till you burn out. And it slowly, and then it became the like sort of classic team house kind of dynamic where everybody's living in the house together. And then it turns out that living with your coworkers all the time actually makes you insane. And is not.
You guys wanted to have a hype house.
It wouldn't happen to us. It
It
wouldn't happen to us.
competitive.
We're different,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be like letting each other down on the turf all the time, you know? But
yeah, I remember
now,
when that happened. I think it was like a stipulation in contracts. Like they had to be, wasn't it? Okay, Cloud9 had a player and he was like living in a closet. And it came out that he wanted to live in a closet, but like they were like Riot was like, you literally can't put this player in a
we
closet.
cannot
Like,
have you.
we need to know that he has a bed. So it's like they all own like houses around LA. They all have like private chefs that will make them like well balanced meals. Because like, it used to be like, because before they were quote unquote athletes, it was always just like the idea was you're just like eating Doritos, pounding Mountain Dew, playing your game for 12 hours a day and getting like 5 hours of sleep, rinse and repeat. And then around 2018, they were like, we need a healthier image. So they were like, don't worry, like here's a picture of like so-and-so outside in the sun, like eating a salad, you know, living life, working out.
Yeah, this interview was really interesting because he was
grass-fed
like,
esports
talking about
players.
Yeah, my grass-fed esports player.
pasture raised. He was talking about how like all of the stuff that they've done to try to like, okay, they see a doctor once a week. There's like a team therapist. There's, like all they get like brain scans and like heart scans and everything and access to healthy food. But he was also talking about but we can't like literally make them engage in that. And so he was talking about how that's a struggle because who do you think is super, super good pro level at League of Legends or Call of Duty or whatever? It's probably not the healthiest individual in the world who's like, yeah, you know what? I will eat more vegetables and work out and go see a therapist. Like it's, it's like people who are like, if I step away from this for a second, I'm going to be off my game. And so it's like they're trying to kind of rehab their image and also make life healthier for people, but you can't make them.
Do you guys learn anything about the FaZe Clan stuff? Because
oh my god, everybody phase up! Everybody phase up!
See, I don't know all that.
Phase up.
Oh, I've seen that.
But
wait,
I don't
look,
think I can
but
do
look,
it.
What if it's a gang sign somewhere?
Phase up! No, you turn it. It's a pew up. It's a pew up.
Pew up.
Oh,
Put your pews up.
cute.
Put your pews up. Janet, pew up.
It
It kind of looks like a
Alright,
penis.
If I get shot
Pew
later,
up,
it's on
pew
y'all.
That's an interesting subset of this is like FaZe.
Yes.
What they were trying to do was it's more of like a brand thing that happens to be esports, right? It was
Well, they started as esports.
they started
right?
as esports, yeah, and it was
But then they were like, we make more money with talent
yeah,
than
And-
with esports.
and charisma, uniqueness, servant talent,
and never talent.
But so much of that was such a mess because it was just let's put all of these young men
Young boys together.
together, and they're getting attention like crazy, probably from women for the first time in their lives too, and they were acting a bit of a fool, all of them, living in a hype house. And it was more about what can we squeeze from entertainment wise from these guys who happen to play esports, rather than here is the team on London Spitfire, here are their names, they're playing Overwatch League. It was like, what are blank and blank doing in the house today? And it became like a whole branding thing.
I
And
think
then-
like
But I mean, that's how
100
gamers
Thieves did that too.
This is like how gamers have like historically become popular, though, is off of their personal brand and their personal drama and everything, rather than on
100%.
talent. Like there's not. I mean, look, I am not an expert on this, but I feel like more of your average people can name a streamer who's had some controversy, who's had a character, kind of thing going on, than who's just like super good at video games, right?
Yeah.
Like we all know who Faker is, but like that's kind of the
He's definitely like the 1%.
We all know who Michael Jordan is, but
Exactly.
I don't know who Faker is, but I've
you've
heard
heard that
other
name.
people.
Come on.
I genuinely
Never?
have not, but I mean, I know of like Ninja and stuff, so it's like I have my own big name.
Faker's like League of Legends specific, but he's basically the #1 League of Legends player. He has won like 5 worlds back to back to back. He's 29 and he has had so many brand deals. It's insane. Like he gets like BMW brand deals.
Wow.
He gets like all this stuff. Like he's basically royalty, and or like people call him like a god in South Korea. Because I think Korea and China have a very different view of esports. Esports is like very successful there. But for some reason, I don't know if
the
it's like the US.
unkillable Demon King.
Yeah.
want
That's
everyone
lit
to
as
know
hell.
that.
Yeah, he's
And Mina Kimes wrote an
genuinely-
article about it. Oh my god.
Mhm. He has,
It's all
like-
connecting.
like when you think of like Michael Jordan, like he is the Michael Jordan of League of Legends, you know.
So who's the LeBron of League of Legends? Where people debate, is it Jordan or LeBron, or does he not have is he uncontended?
I don't know that much
time?
about League of Legends to argue that.
I think he's
Someone tell me who
pretty much,
LeBron
like,
is in the comments.
I'm sure there's other like very, very high up there ones, but he's sort of like the undisputed.
Well, is he still he's still playing now?
Yeah.
So I guess we
Yeah,
have
I
to
think he's
wait
still
for him
playing.
to be done, and then
Mm,
LeBron will appear
True.
when we least expect it.
the LeBron of League of
And-
Legends. I am still just surprised that League of Legends has been going for this long. I
too.
love what I like. I love,
It's the most
I don't love League
profitable
of
one by a
Legends.
mile, year by year.
but it is. I think like when you think of like esports, you're thinking of League of Legends and you're thinking of CS:GO, and to a lesser extent, Call of Duty and Dota, and like Overwatch League fell off, RIP.
Yeah.
You know, like even like Siege has a little bit of esports, but like when you think of like the most successful, it's got to be League of Legends, right?
Yeah, 100%.
For
Like even in
the
terms
two
of
of you that have
viewership
played
and
it,
money.
What do you think it is about it that has given it that staying power?
Free to play. The always shifting balancing act of League of Legends, you know, like new champions come out, new balancing, new patches, and the fact that I believe Riot has pumped a ton of money into it.
Mhm.
Because it was a free to play game and like people pay money for skins and stuff, they still make a lot, but I think Riot has put so much money into League of Legends and advertising League of Legends to making sure that it was like constantly getting updates, encouraging the teams, you know, like having people make League of Legends teams. You always hear about what they do at Worlds. Like we got KDA out of Worlds, which I
Mhm.
thought was really cool. We had like, wasn't there like a holographic dragon at one of the Worlds that like flew around the stadium?
Let's see.
What? That
I
sounds
feel like-
sick.
They put so much money into League.
Whoa.
So, cause like once again, it's like it's a spectacle, right? Like it is marketing. It's marketing for the game itself. So they put so much money into it.
The dragon looks cool.
The
This
dragon
really
is
cool.
so
Yeah.
cool. I'm
It looks
Yeah.
like really real.
Staring
I
at
wonder
this
if it looked that real in real
real-ass
life.
dragon.
If
Is
you
this
zoom in,
No,
just-
he's real
but,
to
like,
me. He's real
Is
to me.
Yeah.
this just like
He's real to me.
CGI on top of the footage, or is this holographically being displayed to the crowd?
I don't know.
This is insane.
I think the idea is
I
the
think
crowd
you
could
could see it on stage, but wouldn't you need some kind of? I'm not going to think about it too hard. There was a dragon at Worlds.
Cool. I remember when KDA
crazy.
came out on stage, I was like, this is the future. This is nuts.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Let's put that
Dang.
But
in.
yeah, I
Good
just feel like it
songs.
all comes down to money. Like it's a good game. Like the game itself is well made. There's patches, updates. They're always keeping it interesting, and then it's just like money.
Yeah.
Well,
Money,
where
money,
do
money.
fighting games fit into all this? I know we're all super experts on fighting games, but
No
Like-
money, because Japan has rules on how much money you can win at tournaments, and that's why fighting
Mm.
games didn't take off as much. Because like Japan, the home of fighting games, they had like esports lost. That's why esports aren't that popular in Japan compared to their counterparts of like China and Korea. It's because Japan had laws on how much money you could win at a tournament, and it was not lucrative to
Interesting.
play esports.
I thought the Evo grand prizes were pretty big. Oh, it's a prize pool of $500,000, so that's not like the winner gets $500,000. That's spread out.
They've also,
Among
I know they've like
everything.
loosened up on laws recently. But like when you ask yourself like why isn't esports big in Japan? It literally was because they had laws on how much you could make, how much the prize could be. But yeah, I think they've like lessened that lately.
Because they're realizing.
Yeah,
there's
so
Fighting
the
games
money.
can be
number
fun
one-
to. Go ahead.
The number one prize at 2026 Evo is $40,000.
It's like millions for League, isn't it? It's like 2 million or something.
I mean, it is like team based versus a single person.
Right.
That's true.
So
and
you know, there's
probably-
something
see.
to that.
They probably just get a bonus
look
if
it
they
up.
win. They don't actually get the 2 mil from their team.
It goes into like the health of the team.
Goes to paying new brand deals or getting new brand deals.
I
Yeah.
don't think you pay for brand deals. I think the brand deals pay you.
The 2025 League of Legends World Champion featured a total prize pool of
Probably.
$5 million,
Jesus.
That's crazy.
doubling the $2.25 million from 2024.
That's what I was thinking.
Distributed among 17 teams, with the winner taking home $1 million.
Okay.
I am always curious, like, for fighting games and stuff, it feels like you should be able to get into it a little easier because you just like pick a guy rather than having to. Maybe that's harder. I don't know. How, like, Sarah, how does one get into esports?
Do you mean like how do like professional esports get into esports?
No. How, as a fan,
Or just like as a fan?
how do I
do you get
become
into
a fan
esports?
of something?
Genuinely, it's when you play a game and you play it so much and you're having a bunch of fun with it, and you're like, what would it be like to watch someone play this who's better than me?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like when you
I don't have to
watch
look too far.
baseball. Like I want to watch someone play this game at like peak. Like, what could this game be? Because when I play it, I'm not that good, but I want to see what like the top of the top can do with this game. And that's usually when you start watching esports, because like you know enough to know that they're doing well.
Yeah. And then
Right?
you kind of
You
feel
know enough
inside
to know
on
that.
it. Yeah, you feel like,
Mhm.
oh, I get this because finally my hours are paying off because I'm watching
this is where you
something with
cash
the
in your
knowledge.
time.
Yeah, cash
But
in my
how
time.
do you pick one? Like, how do you?
It's just whichever one you mean, like a player or a team.
Do you
or
feel
a
like you
game?
need to
Yeah, 'cause-
become a sicko for the game to be into esports? Is that like a
Kind of,
prerequisite?
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think the pool of people who are willing to watch something competitively is so much smaller than the pool of players.
Yeah.
Right? Like not I said, like not everyone who's played Overwatch wants to watch Overwatch League. It's that one pool of people who are like, I really want to watch more of this at like a higher level. And then like I feel like the biggest issue is like, well, you could just watch like your favorite streamer play Overwatch. Like I had so many Overwatch streamers that I would just put on back in the day. And it's like, do I want to watch like the beginnings of a tournament? No, it's kind of boring. I really only care about the finals, like semifinals and finals. And then I'll just watch like Seagull stream.
Because they're funny
You
or
know,
something and they're more entertaining.
Because they're funny
yeah.
and like, yeah, and it's like less, and they're always streaming. So it's like, why would I tune in for a nameless bunch of people playing against each other when I could just watch a streamer?
Because some of the best players are kind of they don't have any charisma. Like that sounds
Mhm.
mean to say, but when I look at like the players and they're so locked in, they win the whole thing and they just turn around and like stare at the camera. They don't even smile. I'm like, imagine watching a stream from that dude. It would be the most boring thing of all time. They would get a
Yes.
triple kill
Yeah,
and
there's-
just go and just not do any reaction. What's the point? It's not fun.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a double dip. Like you're a good streamer and you're a good player, right? But I feel like
That's
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 a
a
rare
hard
combination.
combo.
So
That's
it's a
rare.
rare. Like it's like, yeah, you have your Seagulls, you have your Surefours. And then here's the other thing, ladies. When they leave that game, you go with them. So like when Seagull stops playing Overwatch and he starts playing Apex Legends, you stop watching him play Overwatch and you start watching him play Apex
Now
Legends.
you're an Apex Legends fan.
And then you're like, I guess I'll just play Apex Legends. So like that's the thing about like esports is like the shelf life on them. If you're not League of Legends, CS:GO, Dota, like it's so short.
Mm-hmm.
People pick up and move on so quickly. Like before the esport even has a chance to be established. Like with Overwatch League, people like pick up and they've already moved.
How do you keep people there? Like, what is it that, because you can't. I mean,
A
there's
ton
the
of
prob-
money,
Yeah. Well,
a
there's the
ton of
problem-
money, and like frequent updates that don't make people hate your game.
But that's the problem, right? That we were talking about. It's like esports are tough because they're constantly updating them. But if you're not constantly updating them,
Nobody wants to play them.
nobody wants to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to live like this?
It kind of
Well, we
gives like,
don't.
how do I become a good YouTuber? You be a YouTuber back when YouTube started. You know, like,
Yeah.
like how do I be a good esports game? You were around in 2012 and then your game was
Well,
good.
it's funny that you say that because like the most popular Twitch streamers, they all streamed League of Legends on Twitch back when Twitch was formed. Pokimane, League of Legends streamer.
Was she? I didn't know that.
Name any old head Twitch streamer streamed League of Legends on Twitch, and that's
Yeah.
how people found them.
Well, and there's some people now where I'm like, I have been watching the Ludwig China thing because it's very
Mhm.
funny. And I was like, I know I've heard this name. I know this is a streamer. And then I was like, oh, but like a competitive streamer. Like I don't know that. I don't know anything about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume that's how a lot of them, like where they came from, was actually trying to be good at a video game and do it competitively.
And people want to watch competitive games. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone wants to watch like the latest single player adventure game, but people for whatever reason are sat for competitive watching people play competitive games, and that was like really big on Twitch.
Yeah, I got that bug
It
in
still
me.
is.
I like watching people who are really good at Overwatch play Overwatch. It's
Mhm.
satisfying because again, it's kind
But
of
then
this
it's like-
cost fallacy. It's like I put 1,500 hours in Overwatch. I might as well look at Overwatch because like now I know
Because you
how it works.
understand it.
Yeah.
You know, but then it's like, then they hit you with that, like, oh, I just don't know why you'd want to watch somebody else play a video game.
That
Have you guys been hit with that? I
conversation-
feel
Of
like that
course.
always comes up,
It's
especially
a
when
j-
like they're like,
It's
oh,
a joke at this point. It's
why
like,
would you want to watch someone else play a video game?
why do you want to watch someone play football? Is always the response back. It's the same logic. Like, what are you talking about? Because they're better
It's like,
than
yeah,
me.
like I like watching people be good at a thing, not struggling through it myself.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like, why do I always watch the whole video when people do the cup stacking thing and they're insanely good at it? Because I'm like, wow, they're good at cup stack. I don't care about cup stacking. We're going to go home and cup stack. But when I see like a 15-year-old boy go and cup stack like crazy, I'm watching the whole 50-minute clip, 50-second clip. 50 minutes is insane.
50 minutes of cup stacking?
50 seconds, 50 seconds. I'm not insane. But it's like, it's fun watching somebody who's really good at something do it. I think that's the underlying thing of it. I think the other thing that we didn't really touch on too is the game has to be flashy. If there's not a lot of flash in how things happen,
But I feel like
It gets a little
CS:GO
bit
isn't
boring.
flashy, and
Like,
it's one
is
of the
League
longest
flashy?
lasting.
It looks like dry and clicky to me when I look at
it's
it.
got,
Like I always see like a
fireworks
guy
and shit.
animating at like it's gonna take him 30 minutes, like 45 seconds to walk across to where he needs to go, and they're like, oh my god! It's like he's simply walking. Like I don't know what's happening, and
But
I
where
know
is he
I know stuff's going
going?
on, but
Yeah.
it just like in my mind's eye, League of Legends, I always see like the same animations triggering, and it's like it's literally just people doing nothing, or maybe someone turning around like in a circle. Like they just look like little.
I would love
Like
to
little
watch
dolls
Janet
to
commentate
me.
a League of Legends
Just like little
Oh,
meat.
that'd
Well, the
be
issue
so
with League of
good.
Legends,
New
It's
show
just like, it's a
plus.
lot of
We commentate
people-
a sport that we don't understand.
it's like League of Legends. It's a lot of people walking around, and then it's like 5 seconds of everybody hitting every single button, and then just whoever is last standing, and you're like, I missed,
Yeah.
I blinked, and now everybody's dead.
Mm.
Everyone shows up, they've got these nice full bars of health, and then you
Yep.
blink, and then all of a sudden 6 of them are, like 4 of them are dead. And it happens very fast, which Janet, I think is kind of like soccer.
But at least I
don't
know.
think
At least I can
so.
still see. Well,
Nothing
sometimes I lose
happens
the
till
ball
it
in the
suddenly
field, but-
happens.
But a lot of things are, which I know things are happening in League, and I just don't know what's happening. But like in terms of Flash, like I feel like as an outsider to pretty much all of like the big esports games, like I don't feel like I'm seeing a lot happening. While like in Overwatch, I do feel like I see a lot happening if you throw on like esports level footage, because inherently like that first person POV quick camera move, like it's like I feel like I'm moving with you, while like because League is like top down and just looks kind of slow. And then I think the other element too is like when I look at something like Overwatch or like a shooter in general, there's this feeling that like a lot's happening and that they have these really fast reflexes, while like League kind of gives golf to me. It's like obviously I get there's a lot of skill in there, but it feels
I love this thing.
slow. Like it feels like you're just like, and then I click A, and it's like, whoa, he's nuts. It's like, is he? Like, I feel like he's just like clicking like a lot. Like it feels like it might as well be fucking cookie clicker to me. When I look at League, it's like the people who can click fast, like you're clicking fast, which I get that inherently most of them are your fucking clicking things, but I don't know. It feels less like you're moving. I feel like you're on
It
the sofa
definitely is
playing
less
League.
visual. I mean, it is, but like League of Legends is more like, what items are they buying? What are they building? Like, how are they
See,
farming?
that's like, I
there's-
didn't even know
there's
y'all were
mon-
buying
there's,
stuff
like
in there.
money involved. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and then and Overwatch, I do think is easier to just watch.
So I'm watching
because you're
someone
like, okay,
shop. Is what's happening.
You're essentially watching someone
Sweep.
like try to get money and out shop the enemy. You know, you're like, oh my god, were there counter picks?
So
and
it's super,
counter
yeah. So
buys?
it is supermarket sweep. They should start telling people that. I'd be more interested in watching it. Look, oh my god! Look how many baked beans are in his cart. This is crazy.
It's crazy.
He's beating out.
What's he
What are they gonna do to counter that?
Oh
They
my
better get
god!
the
And then he had the
lettuce.
coupon for the Tide Pods.
That's crazy.
Buy 2 get 3 free. This is
But like,
nuts.
it kind of is, because I feel like this is kind of what happened to Overwatch. But they always talk about the ult economy, right? Where everybody
Yeah.
just goes in and whoever has the most ults, like the most moves, it's just gonna win, you know.
Yeah.
And it just becomes kind of like well, they won because they pressed their buttons first, or they had better buttons to press, or You know, it's sometimes it's like a less.
It looks like that, but there's so much game sense that goes, at least from Overwatch. That's the one I know. Like, you know, I have Valorant up right now just because I thought that'd be an interesting one to look at. Valorant's interesting because for me, it's kind of in between like a CS:GO or like a more tactical shooter, and it has a little Overwatch flash in it, a little pomp and circumstance. I tried getting into Valorant. The abilities, the sound effects are really good, the kits and stuff. I tried to get into Valorant. It was more of the community was so absolutely insanely toxic. I had to leave. It was one of the worst communities. And I play COD, and Valorant was insanely toxic. But it was one of those where I could see getting into it if circumstances were different. But there's so much game sense, and you just don't get that unless you've played these games for hundreds of hours. Like when I watch somebody, you know, bait an ult or whatever, all that somebody else sees is, oh, that Reaper ulted, but it's like, oh my god, that Lucio just did the most perfect like hop off the bridge to make the Reaper think he was coming over, blah blah. And it's like, you only know that from being a Lucio on that one bridge that one time when a Reaper was near you and you tried something like, you know, it's like how do you even explain that? It's so anecdotal. But on a surface level, to somebody who has never played Overwatch, they'd be like, a frog man ran around and then scary man yelled.
Yeah. Then I heard hammer down and everybody screamed.
Yeah. And then somebody threw a susu at the ground, I heard, and it went shoo and everyone stood up. That was a bit weird. But really, that Kiriko was hovering on E, waiting to hear ha, and then she was like ting, and like hit it at the perfect time. It takes like dozens of hours of practice to get that shit down.
Yeah,
you know, I can't
when
do
it's
it.
a video game you don't know, it really is just like proper nouns.
Yeah,
it's like he nouned on my noun until I noun. Like, that's really what it is.
No,
yeah,
it's so
and
true.
I've played
It's so
Overwatch
true.
like several times, like probably at least
Overwatch is
at least
full
a
of
dozen.
nouns. Yeah,
And I didn't know. I still didn't. The way I learned nothing, I might as well have been in fucking pre-calculus because the way I didn't take anything away from this.
Overwatch is such an audio game too. Like I'll poke my head out and do something as Ana and put my head behind a wall and hear 3 different sound effects and know what happened when I wasn't looking. You know, like it's also one of those. And if you don't know the sound effects, you're like, Anna's looking at a wall right now. This is boring. But in real life, the Ana's like, okay, I just heard the Zenyatta finish his orb charge and throw them out. Now I can peek again. You know, it's a bit boring to watch unless you really know those things.
Yeah, I do think y'all nailed it with the like you need that attachment to the IP because like the closest I've been to esports was I forgot if it must have been at PAX, but they have like tournaments that happen at PAX and they had a Splatoon one and I like was just walking the show floor taking doing like a vlog or something and I like stood there and like watched for a bit and that was like pretty fun to watch and it did feel like do y'all feel like you're almost like you're playing when you're watching like that? Because I kind of felt that in Splatoon because it's like it kind of was giving like unplugged controller. I'm like, this is almost the same as if I was playing it because they
does feel like that.
In like and obviously what I was watching was like no shade to the people competing, but they weren't like, you know, in an arena level. This is like they're much better than regular people, but I'm sure they're not like doing it for a living by any means. But
I don't think there's a lot of cash money in Splatoon.
No.
That's a cute esports though. I look like
it is. Nobody dies. They just get splatted.
Well, I feel like Splatoon is like Nintendo is like, oh, we want like a competitive game. We don't want we want like a soft esport, right? Something that people can play that we can update. You know, like the youth. We want
or
what
not
the
update.
Youth want.
Hey, they also tried to make ARMS. Just saying.
Yeah, that didn't work. But I mean,
they sure tried.
Best SEO I've ever seen for a game. Arms come up when you look up ARMS. Why would you name your game ARMS? That's the worst name.
But I definitely feel like Splatoon got the love that Smash Bros never will. Is how I look at Splatoon. Like, because Nintendo will never, they'll never give Smash players what they want with Smash, which is like updates, constant updates, new characters, patching, balancing. But they do that more so with Splatoon, and they were prepared to do it from the beginning.
Yeah, they do so little with Splatoon, and that's always been like my.
They do so much more than they did for Smash, which is just send cease and desist to tournaments.
Yeah. That's true, but that's like your trash boyfriend. Like he bought you dinner that one time, and it's like, I mean, he's still kind of whack. I think we should break up.
That doesn't really excuse.
That's a great way to explain.
It's like, like it is because Nintendo is so like they do not. So I get that this is, and that's what's so sad about Nintendo. Like the worst bottom of the barrel. Like anyone's worst day is like their best day, which I hate. There's definitely a world where I would be playing hundreds of hours of Splatoon a year if they just supported it in a way that made it feel like it was worth like more to invest the time. And they have some stuff with like the, you know, the Splatfest is a big fun thing. But even that, like, it is just putting like a fun shirt on like what already is the game, which was still fun enough. But it's like, ooh, and what if we did more? And they're like, and perhaps not. And I'm like, damn, like, I wish you did more. Like, literally, like, give me anything. I would take anything. I still put lots of hours into Splatoon 1 for sure. Splatoon 2 a lot. 3 a bit less because it is kind of like, how many times do I have to learn this lesson that you don't care about me and I'm here? And like, it's almost embarrassing because I know you don't care about me, but I'm having a good time. So I guess I'm here anyway. But yeah, I fucking love Splatoon.
I absolutely loved Splatoon. This is definitely the closest I got to being like, I was genuinely good at this game in a way that I have not been good at other.
I felt good at this too, and now I'm afraid that maybe I'm not. We played together once for MinnMax,
I certainly am not anymore. But when I was playing regularly every day, but Janet, I don't know if you got this. I fucking dreamed in Splatoon. Like I'd close my eyes and I'd be painting the ground with when my eyes are closed, the ground is getting painted and unpainted around me. I could not like escape the it's you guys know like the Tetris effect is like a real thing, right? Like you play too much Tetris, you see the blocks falling whenever you close your eyes. The Splatoon effect, realer than that. The Splatoon effect was everywhere. I could not close my eyes without the ground shifting colors in my mind's eye.
I love that.
I don't think that happened to me, but I can relate to that in that if I'm working a lot in something, hey, check my rank. It's better than you might think, but worse than it should be for the hours I put in. If I'm working a lot, which does usually involve some element of gaming, like I'll like start dreaming about the work and or the game, and that's how I know I'm like working too much. Like I just start having, because usually I work too close to bed and then I wake up and I work again, and it's like the sandwich in between was like, let's just keep the work brain going. So that's more of my thing. I don't have a lot of like video game specific dreams, despite heavy hours into stuff. But Splatoon was fun because it was a time for me where I don't play any of these games, I don't play shooters, to like get a little taste, baby's first shooter, and that was really good. It's like, oh, I see what all the fuss is about. And I even went to in Chicago, there was like a Splatoon like competitive scene, and I wasn't in the competitive scene, but like I went to like some of their events that were just like, oh, we're playing, we're hanging out, and we're learning to get better at the game. I went to this one thing, I forgot what they called it. It was like Squid Workshop or something, and it was like you would play and there'd be this guy who's like pretty good at like the game, and they wore like the little lab coat, like Splatoon lore vibes, and they'd walk around and like watch you play and like give you tips on like how to play better. And I got like significantly better from having done that. Like, and it was like really good vibes, like LAN style, where it's like we set up our stuff and then we'd like talk about the game, and it was like really
like
really
a
cool.
Nintendo thing that they like traveled with, I think.
No, I think it was. I'll try to look it up. It's Chicago Splatoon. I think it still exists. Splatoon.
So I know like Nintendo like put on a bunch of like mini tournaments around the country to like promote the new Splatoon game.
I definitely feel like it wasn't above board. Nintendo, don't shut them down. They fan of the show. I don't know. It was like Splatoon like Midwest or something.
Was it
but I went to
Storm?
I don't think so. It was Squid West.
Squid
West. It was Squid West. And I'm just
Squid West
pulling up their.
Oh, we lost her.
I killed Janet.
You killed her with the Squid West.
With the Squid West.
It's apparently, so their bio on Twitter, of which we're mutuals on, so shout to that, even though I don't use Twitter anymore. Hub for Midwest Splatoon players, organizing and distributing information about regional Splatoon LAN events. So I would say they're more like there's some elements of competitive, but like their like pin says like Midwest Splatoon players, casual and competitive alike, we host local events. So they were more of like vibes based than like hardcore competitive. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Wow.
And I went to another event too where I got a thing.
What I have on screen? Does this look
nah,
familiar?
that's not it.
This says this.
It doesn't. I wish it did though. The Splatoon concerts were very fun.
Splatoon cosplayers.
Someone's
Splatoon
standing right in the
concerts were
camera.
cool.
Get down in front.
This is what it's like to be short, Haley. Now you see what it's like.
The person dancing in the middle is Big Man, and that's Splatoon 3. And Janet lived in LA by the time Splatoon 3 came out.
That's
so
true.
this could be this could still be Squid West.
This is called
Yeah,
Squid
it could.
West Presents Splatoon Frosty
Yeah,
It's gotta-
Versus Live.
the
It's
new
got to be
one.
them then. That or they were infringed
Well, I
upon.
guess it
but
was
this is already
successful.
not above board. They got
Yeah, you
Squid
just weren't
Walkie
treated
in
to the
Milwaukee. Yeah, it was just cute and fun. I don't know. My stuff's very
I
like
love that.
Do
babies
we have a squid
esport.
squadaddle?
I think like that's what Nintendo wanted Splatoon to be. Is they wanted it to be towards kids. They wanted it to be a
And kids at
competitive
heart.
game. And like for people who have wanted to play competitive games but like aren't gonna jump in, like they don't want to do it on a PC. Like they own a Nintendo system. Because I will say like competitive games, the reason, we've seen such a graveyard of competitive gaming post Overwatch, post like, like the hero shooters and stuff, is because it is not like an easy way, but like multiplayer games, like companies prefer multiplayer games because if you're going to play with your friends, you're likely to play more often.
Mhm.
And it has you're going to play for longer versus like single player, you play it once, you put it down, you're done. But then multiplayer, there's like more chances for them to get money from you. There's more chances you're going to play it. And the ceiling for money, they think, is higher, which I still feel like we are literally still living in a graveyard of a post-Overwatch boom world with things
Yeah.
like Concord and High Guard. Like, it's insane that beautiful golden age of esports, we're still living in the ruins of it, Like, they saw, like, the North Star
Yeah.
in the sky, and companies are still like, how do I get an esport? And it's like, don't!
They still believe it can come back.
They still believe in
Which,
the
like,
North Star.
I think
It's a good team
it
name.
could, if there is like the economy to support it again, but I still just don't really understand the path to profitability with it. I
Mhm.
mean,
there literally isn't one. I think my theory, because like whenever I work at a gaming company, inevitably there would be some C-level executive who would come in and say like, can this be an esport? Like, how do we make this an esport? And it's like, ooh, so like
how do we
it's
make
not actually
Hot
something.
Wheels and
Ooh,
esports?
no, that's what happened. So the first game that I worked on
my God.
was at Gung Ho when I worked on Ninjala. That was their like, this is going to be our esport.
I
And guess what?
remember
Ninjala
Splatoon,
never
like-
took off, dead. It was like a Splatoon light, basically. It was like a wannabe Splatoon. Dead. Didn't work. Because the thing is you just can't force it. Like, you
Not
have
without
to make a
pouring
good game
gazillion
first.
dollars into it.
Yeah, and it's true. You can pour as much money into it, but the game, at the end of the day, it's got to be a good game. And you need a bunch of money. Because
Yeah.
then I worked at Mattel, and they were like, how do we make Hot Wheels Unleashed an esport?
That's so sad.
And they were looking at what's like the soccer ball game. I always forget
Rocket
the name of it.
Rocket League.
Rocket League. They were looking at
Yes.
Rocket League. And they were like, my son, it was giving, my son plays video games. My son loves Rocket League.
My
How
son
can
loves
we make
Roblox.
Hot Wheels Unleashed or Rocket League?
My son likes Rocket
I'm
League.
like,
Here's $20
guess
million.
what? Exactly. I'm like, guess what? You can't. Like, if a competitive scene springs up, great. But it's like, you can't force it.
What if
No.
different types of people were the ones investing in esports? Like, because we saw so much of mainline normal sports people be the ones that invested in esports, and then
That's because they're gullible idiots.
they're gullible idiots, and then they
They're
try
gullible
to just,
idiots.
I think esports falters because it's called esports. If it had a different word without the word
Mhm.
sports in it, I think it
Mm.
would still be around. I think because we tried to shove it through the sports hole so fucking hard that it squashed and just like stayed
Please
on
don't
the
shove things in my sports hole.
There's another. Okay,
I
but
will
here's the
shove
thing.
it in
It's
the
giving
sports
in
hole
the
till it
circle.
fits through.
Oh my god.
I think a lot of people put too much money into esports because it had the word sports in it.
Yes.
And they were like, sports equals money. And they were like, this is a way to connect. Because, like, wasn't like the NFL also struggling with like younger viewers?
Yeah.
That's why they made like the SpongeBob thing. So they were like, oh, the kids are watching esports. Like, we need to get esports because like they're not going to watch
Guys,
football.
I have the solution. They've fully fixed sports now. You just make sure every freaking man in the entire world has a sports betting account and is
Exactly. I
advertising
honestly-
100% of the time.
I
That's
honestly
so
think you're right
depressingly
because
true.
I saw something about 11-year-olds bonding with their fathers over sports gambling.
They're just and if they're
The
not sports
worst
gambling,
world
they're
we've
gambling
made.
on Pokemon cards. Like
We've
there
made
is
the
no
worst
one not
world.
gambling anymore, and it is the most depressing thing.
We're teaching kids
Yeah.
gambling is playing. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yes.
It's just a game with your money in it.
It's just
Yeah.
gaming, and then
Um,
the thrill is you lose everything, maybe. Come on, Timmy.
But the other thing that happened,
It does make you
in
more
the years
interested. You're watched
2016
really hard when you have those bets on the line.
Literally.
but also remember how Haley, you said that like esports like insists upon itself a little bit, you know, like it's very like it has to validate its existence. There were a lot of false numbers flying around. A lot of people were lying about the data of esports, about viewership, because there was a quote in 2019. There was a headline that said League of Legends gets more viewers than Super Bowl,
That went around.
comparing Worlds to 100 million unique viewers. And here's the thing. It was a fake number. You know, it was a fluff number.
Crazy.
You know, it
fluff.
doesn't exist. Yeah, it's because fluff. Somebody fluffed
don't
that
use
number
that
a
word
little bit.
anymore.
We don't use, but because it's like when you see how many people watch Super Bowl, it's because like Nielsen's like a quote unquote trusted thing like goes around and they get that data. But League of Legends, there are so many sites that host live streams that anyone who visits the site, even though they're not looking at the live stream, counts as a viewer,
Yeah.
and that's how you inflate numbers.
Or view
And it's like
bots
you
or
can do that
whatever.
with Worlds too. Yeah, like I'm sure a bunch of sites were hosting the Worlds bot, whatever. Like if you're on the front page of Twitch, you're on the front page of a bunch of other
That's just
sites
everybody
that
on
nobody's
Twitch.
yes,
Yeah.
and nobody's watching the stream. So like the numbers were false, the data was false, and they were using it to get investors.
Mhm.
Like they were like, no, this is totally real. Like there's 100 million unique viewers, blah 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 blah, and it's like not.
I think the proof is in the like go ask a random person to name an esports team. And if you ask 20 people, I would be shocked if more than 1 out of 20 people can name an esports team.
Yeah.
Whereas even people
but they can all
who
name
don't-
sports teams.
They can exactly. Everyone can name a sports team, even if it's, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen some of those videos where it's like we show people logos and they try to name what team that is. Like there's a lot of people who don't know, but everyone can like name a sports team. They've heard of the Dallas Cowboys or something, right? The Yankees. They've heard of something.
But then it's like you always have those people who are like, oh, you know, esports is still young. It could grow to be the size of sports. And I think the shelf life on video games is just too short to become like the next football.
It's true.
We would have to just fully rally around a game as the esport. And
we
I just
all
don't
pick
think
League of Legends, and it's like, no!
and there's just not enough people, like, because there's so many stakeholders that are actively rooting against that, right? Like, for instance, the creators of any other game that's trying to be an esport, like, how would you possibly unite people like that? Like, everyone's going to be trying to pick off from that audience because it's in their best interest to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no indoctrination of the children to get them into esport. Because it's like, people get into sports
and Roblox.
People get into sports the way they get into religion because it's what their family does. And they're like, me too. You ran the back, me too. And
It's
you
like,
might
you
get
don't
mad at
see,
me
like,
saying that, but you
son-
won't say I'm wrong. You will not
your
say I'm wrong.
papa's a C9 fan, you're going to be a C9 fan.
Exactly. So there's not there's like very little for like the familial element, but then two, it's like not just in the culture. Like even if you hate sports, even if you always hate sports, you had to play sports to some degree, even if it was just gym class.
That's true.
It's like you probably had to kick a ball with your foot. I didn't have to do my ult or whatever. You know, the kids are doing.
Yeah, okay, little Janet, sit down at the PCs and queue up.
You're gonna fire that ult. I don't wanna.
You're gonna be
Until
mid.
you can
No.
stop any Reinald.
My doctor says I don't have to because I'm on my period. I don't have to shoot my
Janet
ult.
will have to go bot lane. I'm sorry. It's just, you're gonna fail PE otherwise.
That's
Exactly.
Janet.
Yeah, so I feel like the sports connotation hurts. Like they are playing it at a professional level, but the sports both helps and hurts.
But you don't call like
What do you call
theater
it?
play sports. You know what I mean? Like it's being performed and it's a thing. It's its own thing. It's a different thing. So why did we? I hate that we called it esports because it one.
That's
it's
what
what
the
we
E
all
is
say.
for.
We call it.
Yeah,
I don't
what's the
know.
E
Does it help that the E is
What
little? I like that the E is little. It's like
gaming.
iMac, you know? It's like
Competitive gaming.
esports.
I'm competitive gaming is right there, and I feel like we use it interchangeably. We could have just left it there, but no, we needed esports. We needed to make it sound like football or something. And it's because it's not football, and it never will be. So when people try to make it football, that's why it isn't working.
Yeah,
you can't
and
make
going
it football.
going back to the continued death of esports and the bottom line always being money. Saudi Arabia is buying up a bunch of stuff and trying to make itself the next esports hub.
Yeah.
Not because like
Prince just
they're
loves
not
gaming.
expecting any money. Yeah, they just like to game. The Prince loves gaming, and they're
He's just
trying
a
to what is it called?
nerd.
Like
buying the
like
world.
sports. They're trying to like sports
Weirdo.
wash their nation. You know, they're
Yeah.
like so they put like billions and billions and billions of dollars into esports. They're hosting an esports World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, so it's like it's not getting better. It's not like
Yeah.
It gets worse every year for sure.
it
That's
only
happening with
gets worse.
a lot of the arts or things that look like fun and if I can we're using the term fluffy, but things that seem oh, how can you be evil if you like threw this big party? Woo! It's like that's kind of happening across
Come
like
on,
a lot of the arts.
comedians, come crack.
But
me up.
esports, and I think obviously we're kind of opening like a separate can of worms, but like it makes sense to like go the esport like gaming has often been adjacent to evil, which so has sports as well. Like sports is definitely used to like, hey, don't worry about what's going on with your in the country. Let's just all watch these fireworks and sing the anthem and salute our troops. So that's kind of always been a bit of a Trojan horse for whether it's like disillusioning people or like just kind of pivoting the narrative of something fun. Which is not to say that those things can't be like impactful in a positive societal way as well, but like it makes sense that they're like, how can I just get my stuff in here? Esports seems like an obvious candidate. There's a reason gaming sites are full of like military ads.
So instead of being sponsored by something evil, what about being sponsored by something really great?
Yay!
Today's episode is brought to you by Square, the business toolkit that helps you sell. I said the cool kit, which I think actually
Square
I
up.
should change.
Put your squares up.
Square up,
Haley, square up.
ladies. Square up, ladies. It's a business, not a business toolkit. It's a business cool kit. You're welcome, Square. You can use that one for free. Whether you're just getting started or already running something great, Square gives you the tools to take payments, track sales, manage your team, keep everything organized. And right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/pew-pew-bang. That is square.com/go/pew-pew-bang. I have used Square before when I worked for the Video Game History Foundation. It was like just the fastest, easiest, dumbest, I mean that positively, setup you can possibly do to get something running. There's a reason you see it everywhere at like conventions and farmers markets and stuff. It's just like, look, if you're not hunkering down, getting your whole, totally use it at a brick and mortar store as well. But like, if you're not ready for that and you're don't know where to start, Square is just like the easiest, quickest place to get started. I've never had an issue using it. It's just, bam, you just take the payments, you just get it done. It makes it super simple. You guys probably see the Square readers everywhere when you go to like conventions and stuff, right?
I love when I go
And I
to
do
the
feel better
market
when I see
and they
it.
have a Square thing. Then I'm like,
Yeah, honestly, when I see it, I'm like, oh, okay. They take my credit card.
Yeah,
you like
in
don't
a way
think
that's
about it.
easy because it's like the alternative is that you have to use like a separate like kind of I take my phone and I like send through my email or something, kind of logging into other things. It's nice to just like have that. It's been around for a long time, so it's like very legitimized. It's safe. It's quick. It's simple. And I feel like the thing that surprised me most about like Square, because I've looked into it before when I feel like I maybe have used it for like fundraising stuff, like selling goods, like from like a really long time ago. And it's just
so
like
freaking
really easy to get set up with it. Like it doesn't have a big like barrier to entry. So it's just like kind of a no-brainer on both ends of things.
I was at
They
a card
say
show.
start fast. Oh, go ahead.
Another anecdote, just good Square anecdote. I was at a card show and I had a choice between buying a card from two people, and I chose the person with Square because the other guy wanted to give me his email to put in to send him an e-transfer, and then he'd be in my e-transfer list for all time. I'm like, that feels insane, and so I said no. I
don't want you in there.
Yeah, I don't want you
so
in there.
intimate. I don't want you in there.
My sister's in there and my landlord. I don't want you in there. What the damn hell? So I went nope, and I went over to the Square instead because all I had to do was tap.
Yeah, that's crazy. They want you to know that you can start fast and sell anywhere. It just lets you get started selling in person or online from your counter, from your phone, your website. They also have a ton of like more involved plans as well. Really simple, transparent plans, no hidden fees. So you can pick the tools that you need. There's even a free tier, no surprise subscription, just one clean monthly price, and it shows you all kinds of stuff. Insights on what's selling and helps you track your inventory. There's all kinds of, and then there's a bunch of like apps and stuff too, I think, that can kind of like integrate with it and make you see even more fun insights and stuff. So anyway, Square helps you run your business with confidence, clarity, and less chaos. And now it's easier than ever to get started. Why wait? Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/pewpewbang. That is SQUARE.com/go/pewpewbang. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. Get one of those little white tappy things and make it really easy on yourself.
Nice. I have a question for you guys that pisses me off about esports.
Yeah.
Why are there no women? Where are all the women at? There's no girls.
Y'all remember the
Thrown
frag
to the
dolls?
fires. I remember a few women's teams.
There was
Like,
one
Frag dolls?
woman player in Overwatch League in the entire run, Grigori, and I'm gonna say I unfairly put too much on her because I wanted her to be femboss
That's
supreme.
the issue.
Yes, she had to be the best Overwatch
much
player in the
pressure.
world. And I remember at one point she said something like, please stop like talking about how you like me and stuff. I'd rather just play. And I remember at the time I was conflicted. I'm like, okay, but you're like the only one I can look at. But on the other hand, fair enough, girl. Like, sorry, like that must be a lot of pressure. And it just sucks that that's the thing. The only one. She was the only one in the entire Overwatch League, the entire, 5 years it ran or whatever. That's insane.
Yeah, I remember that. Like when they launched it, I was like, oh, yikes.
She played for
Like-
Shanghai. And she was a really good diva player, and I liked watching her. It just like sucked that if she did a misplay for 1 second, all you'd see was like, oh, classic. That's why you shouldn't be here.
Well, and there was like a bunch of other all female esports teams, but they all end up being used as like jokes, right? When it inevitably doesn't work out. Where there's like a million male teams that never work out, but the one time there's a female team doesn't work out is because they're women. You know, so I think the issue is like the pool is so much lower of talent. Yeah. Just because like there's less women who play competitive games.
Because they're not
we're
incentivized
so
to do
discouraged.
it.
Yeah, we're so discouraged from being there. You ever hop in a Call of Duty like match
voice
and
match?
just get screamed at immediately? Like that's not fun. Why would I want to suffer through something like that to get good enough to be competitive?
Yeah, there's so much there's such a barrier of harassment that that entry is so annoying. And it's like the logic of it's like when men are like, women are just bad at video games. I'm like, do you think my tits play the game or something? Like, what are you talking about? Do you think I play with my boobs? What's happening? Why on earth? It's not like there's some argument that men are faster because biologically their legs are longer or something, you know, there's something there. Games, shut the fuck up. Your thumbs aren't better than mine. I highly doubt it. Actually, you probably have worse meat
the
thumbs than mine.
testosterone makes my thumbs like really big and strong.
Oh, I actually
cool.
can. When I ult, I actually get a burst of testosterone, and my ult comes back faster. The game just recognizes it. It's just like the stupidest arguments always, and it's just people they just think women are dumb and can't play games. But I always think about it of like I remember I was walking down the hall of my law school, and you can see when women were allowed to go to law school, right? Like you can literally go year by year, and it's like, oh, here's when women started coming. And then in a span of like, in a span of like 7 years, it was like more than 50% women. It's like, oh, because we finally were allowed to go do the thing. Give us a couple years to catch up, and then maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like we had no.
Women
no
are outperforming. Women are outperforming men academically at like a kind of insane rate right now.
Well, and I think that's the thing is I just think women low key have like better things to do than get really good at Call of Duty.
That's so funny.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but like we just have better things to do.
Someone has to be the doctor and the lawyer, and then someone has to like say my ultimate is ready.
Duty, like, sweetie, you can play Call of Duty. I'm just gonna go achieve my dreams.
Business.
You know?
I will bring home the bread while you can play your little reindeer games, sweetie.
Reindeer games.
The reindeer games. But does that make us the mean tucking reindeer on the sleigh? It doesn't fucking matter, right? It's like
no. But yeah, I just think women aren't. I think in a lot of games because obviously women play games, right? But a lot of them aren't competitive. A lot of them don't suddenly spew into some weird competitive meta or whatever. And I think another thing is like when a boy grows up and he plays games, it's fine because he's a boy. But when a girl does it, it's like weird. Or at least like it used to be a little weird, and it's like
less
I can't.
And less weird, yeah.
But sure. I just think like that. Yeah, it's still a little. I don't know. I just can't imagine a bunch of 12-year-olds being like, hop on Discord. We're gonna go play League of Legends.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I think that women can make bad decisions like becoming a pro gamer just as easily.
And playing
but
League
I
of
do think,
Legends.
yeah, but I do think
Kelsey
that-
and I here stand as proof before you
Yes,
that women make mistakes and play League of Legends.
but I really do think that just the sheer like you get talked out of it early, I think is what it comes
Totally.
down to. You know, like you have to have, and people always say like, oh, just get thicker skin, and it's like, okay, but like
You don't have to. Nobody should
You don't-
have to put up
Yeah.
with something.
No.
and I think that's the conclusion that most people end up coming to.
And it also
to be
sucks
clear,
that whenever
also-
I lose deadlock, I'm like, I feel like I'm failing all women. Right? Like when a guy loses a match, he's like, I guess I just gotta get better. But when I lose a match, I'm like, I'm just a stereotype. I'm just like, I'm reinforcing that women are bad at gaming.
I told you guys I think that every time I pop off on Overwatch, I'll join chat just to go GG so that they know a fucking woman was the one that just got played the game. And other than that,
You win a match and you're like, I'm a
You're
woman,
silent.
GG dubs.
One of my other,
too.
it's not exactly esports. It's just more of like competitive gaming, which again, they're kind of not that separate. Is kind of one of the things we've been talking about. But one of my favorite things to watch is like scrolling social media, like usually TikTok, and seeing clips from women who are playing usually COD and whooping ass. And it's like, you can argue, oh, some of those were fake or whatever. I don't even care if it's fake. It was real to me. Like, I don't care if it was set up or anything. Like, it's so satisfying to like see them like, kind of unfortunately dealing with like sexist bullshit and then seeing them like beat ass. And it's like, I don't know COD, but I know when you get that ass beat, and I'm seeing you get that ass beat, and I enjoy it. And that's like my favorite genre of stuff. Like, it does suck that like you need to kind of end up being like that model minority role that is like so unfortunately like put on a lot of different marginalized groups. But man, when someone rocks it in that role, you're like, I fucking love that for you. And
I
that
can't
like,
say anything
it's
in response.
it's why like I don't follow esports, but like I know Sonic Fox, because like one thing that like Sonic Fox mentions is that like, oh, people hate me because of my identity and fuck them because I'm the best and they can't do shit about it. And it's like, yes, I love that for you. It's like, do I actually
Sonic
care
Fox?
about like what Sonic Fox is doing?
As a
No, but
furry,
I
They're the
love
ones
Sonic
that,
Fox.
fully a
has-
minority.
And he like wears
Yeah.
his fursuit like during the competitions.
I forgot about
Yeah,
Sonic
I love
Fox.
that.
And he wins.
I love that.
Yeah.
We all wish we could do that, right? That we could be the thing that upsets people the most and then kick their butts while being that thing.
That's the dream. I think
Do you
they're
think-
non-binary though, just as an aside. But
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
it's so fun to see them like just like dunk on everybody, and like and you're also good, so you can just they have nothing and they're so mad. Like I wish people weren't bigoted, but if they're going to be bigoted, I want them to be mad at my success, and I can live that through other people whooping ass. So that's the one bright spot
Do
in
you
an
guys
otherwise dark
think-
corridor.
Oh my god, what was that game that Arc Raiders had that voice changer that would make men sound like women? Like they had that voice changer.
Mhm.
Do you think if they put that in competitive games, do you think that would change any? Like, do you think that if you had a female voice, you'd be less likely to get harassed? That's what I always wonder.
I used
'Cause
my
it wasn't
voice
a
changer
guy
a lot for
duty.
like
And I got no harassment. And I remember there was one guy and I knew he'd harass me if I was a woman, and he was being like, yo, you fucking suck, to someone else on the team, because I was actually popping off, not gonna brag. And I remember I was like, shut up, bro, they're just playing. He was like, sorry, dude. And I was like, that would never happen if I had
Oh
spoken
my
as a woman.
god, he would have said, "Shut up, bitch."
He would have said, shut
Yeah.
up, bitch, make me a sandwich or whatever the fuck. And, he
And
was like,
this is
sorry,
why
man.
it's so important
I was like,
for we've talked about this on the show, but for like, dude, if you see a dude being shitty, you as a dude, it would mean a lot to a lot of people if you just say shut up.
like, you suck.
If you tell them, because they respect you a lot more than they respect some of us.
It's so true.
It's crazy. Like, I want to be flamed because I'm bad, not because I'm a woman.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, I want to be
Yeah.
flamed for just being bad.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I often am, but it's not because I'm a woman.
It's not because
No.
my tits or my labia or my areolas or any other fucking thing. It's because I
think
am
men
tired.
have areolas too.
Our areolas that are
Our
different.
superior
but ours go
lactating
through more.
areolas.
My lactating areola.
My identity as a woman doesn't change clicking a button, you fucking idiots.
like you think you're hot shit because your areolas don't change size as much. Grow up.
Grow up. God. stupid
Get educated.
areolas.
I feel like I would not want to I would not want to handle like jumping online and like being on comms for things. And I think that also is like, as y'all have already alluded to, that is like a big barrier where it's like, why do I
It
want to? And then
seriously
you can
is.
play without mic, but then it's like, well, that's
In team
not
co-op
as
games,
good because it's
you
you
lose.
kind of need to talk.
That's kind of like
another
the
L for
feeling-
Splatoon, by the way. Wish I could tell
Oh.
anyone anything. Wish we could talk about the game.
You also can't, like, when you're playing with people, you can't be like, I want to always be on this person's team. Like, I would play with my friends and we'd just be on opposite teams all the time.
in Splatoon.
There's so many problems with Splatoon. Yes,
That is so
yes, it's a
weird.
big
Yeah.
problem.
You
in the
can like
Splatoon community.
make sure
forgot
you're in
about
the
that.
same. You can make sure you're in the same lobby.
but
but
not the same
that's
you can't make-
size?
Didn't they
That's
fix that in 3? I think they did.
I think they
finally
might
fix
have
that,
fixed
right?
it. That was definitely
But it
a
was a-
problem in.
It was like
yeah.
a long time that was like, and then it was so stupid because you'd fly together and be like, hope we're together. It's like, that's so stupid. That's so.
Yeah,
Why
would
are
you-
we
'cause I-
hoping?
I don't want to be
Why
against the
can't
person
it
I'm
just
playing
happen?
with. I want to be on the same team as them.
Yeah. But
Then
man, when
they
you
get
were
to
together,
really
you're
know
like,
how
That's
good I
whack.
am.
and then you're like, I hope it doesn't crash while we're loading in because like, we're
Oh
all
my
together.
God.
Funny.
It's insane to me that Nintendo makes you, or any like console makes you pay for like online support, and then they offer like the crappiest online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because esports, that's PC, like that's Overwatch. They didn't make you pay to play Overwatch online.
No.
You had
Nintendo's
to.
different. Remember when you were 5 and you smiled?
They're just a small company.
Little babies.
No baby Nintendo. Okay,
But yeah,
so
it
have
sucks
you
that there's no
guys-
women in the esports leagues.
Yes.
a lot of
I think-
But you know
We'll
where there
see more
are
and more.
watching them. Have
Yeah.
you guys been to any live esports events?
No, I wish.
Yeah,
No.
I went
I
to
would
the
love to go
international one
one.
year.
That's cool.
Which one is that?
Dota,
Oh,
Did
where
you-
was that?
Seattle.
Oh, I guess yeah, because like Valve's based in Seattle.
Yeah,
How many Overwatch League
What
games
was
did
that
you see,
like?
Sarah?
it was
Oh, how many
really
Overwatch League?
cool.
So many.
It was like, it was honestly a lot more of a spectacle. I have my badge for it somewhere because
I don't doubt
was
it. You got
working.
8 trillion badges.
So I don't remember what year it was, but it was something in the 20 teens. And I went because I want to say 2014. That sounds right. I was briefly working for
look
like
that
a
up.
production company, and it wasn't my like part of the production company that I worked for, but they did a lot of the like lighting and sound and graphics and stuff that would appear. It was inside
That's so cool.
Key Arena, which was like our old basketball arena, and they had like stuff projected. They basically projected the game onto the floor, so it was like a basketball court,
Ooh.
but the whole game was like also happening. You know, there were the big
That's
screens
fun.
and everything too, but they also had it projected onto the floor, and it was really cool. It was really hype. There was just like there were casters and like events kind of going on all around the arena. There's a big place set up outside, kind of like what you were explaining, Sarah, where they had just like a big projector and you could watch it out on the lawn. And I have never played Dota, so I only sort of knew what was going on because it's like League of Legends, but it's not. So, yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
note that little
interesting.
like they have that little like cover over all their booths, and it's because there was like a bunch of like they
Cheating?
have to cover them vertically. Yeah, because there's so many screens, and if
Oh,
any of the players look up, they could get like information on what the other team is doing.
interesting.
Oh.
So they put them in like they also have to put them in like soundproof booths
'Cause they
because
couldn't
like
hear their
if you hear
comms?
if suddenly you hear the crowd cheering. And you know it's not you doing it. Your team's not doing anything.
Oh
You
no.
can figure- so it's like, yeah, so it's interesting because esports has a lot of weird challenges. Like the looking at the big screen and like peeking on the enemy team when you shouldn't be, or like looking for the crowd for reactions. Like it has a lot more weird edge cases, I guess.
Mm.
Sarah, which ones have you been to?
I've never been to a League of Legends one. I've only watched live streams, but yeah, I went to a lot of Overwatch League tournaments. Like I said, because they were in just like a sound studio in Burbank. And it was kind of small.
Was it
Like you had
ticketed?
like it was ticketed. They had like risers and like the crowd, but it was honestly it's giving like sitcom stage. You know, where like there really weren't that many people they could fit in that studio. You know, like they could only fit so many, and it was definitely more shot for the online audiences. Although what I will say about esports is like it is like a bit of a spectacle. You know, if you like flashing lights and like stuff like that, esports is the sport for you. Because it was they did try to like keep it hype, energy high. You can see the casters. It was interesting. And then I also saw Overwatch Worlds, which was held at BlizzCon. And that was at like the Anaheim Convention Center, actually in a big arena, which was very cool because that was more people.
Did you buy any merch?
I owned like a lot of Overwatch merch, actually. I had like the LA Valorant jersey. I had some other stuff too. But yeah, so I was big in the Overwatch League. I was like, this is too big to fail. And it's like, lo and behold, womp womp.
Many big things can fail.
It turns out you can just ruin your own game.
In that moment, it really did feel like this was the one that's gonna...
It literally did. Like, it kind of felt like borderline cult-like, being in that esports area from like 2018, when it was like really booming and like money was flying everywhere and like talent was popping up everywhere, and it felt like it was gonna actually happen. Like it really felt like it was gonna happen.
Oh, Pine! Remember
like,
Pine? He was insane. He played a lot of Will, and it's McCree, like Cassidy.
It's crazy because like the talent's still around, right? Like Shroud is still around.
XQC
Sure4 is still around. XQC is still around. But it's just like they don't like they probably will never do like XQC is never going to join a team again. No, he doesn't have to.
No,
and like Sure4 is never probably going to join a competitive team again, just because like we mentioned earlier, hey, there's Sure4.
There he is
on the screen. But yeah, it's like the contracts are just too. You can make more money streaming yourself on Twitch.
Yeah.
Than I feel like you can working really. It's so hard to work in like competitive gaming. Super was literally on like a Master Baker, which is a live streaming event this last weekend.
Excuse me? Master
yeah,
Baker?
Yeah. Exactly, that's the joke.
Gamers, stop it. Bad gamers, stop.
But it's like, so much of this talent is still floating around, but they're just doing their own things because they make more money and it's easier than like, you can't really attach your cart to a game. You know, if anything we've learned is that gaming is the most ephemeral thing in the world, and games aren't forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless you're Faker and playing League of Legends.
Right. Imagine if you like were a really good baseball player and you could just not join a team and instead just like turn a camera on you hitting fastballs.
That's crazy.
Really well, and like make the same amount
money.
or
maybe
more
not
money.
Make more money than a baseball player, but
you get your own brand deals that somebody else doesn't take a percentage of. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I forgot there's one other esport thing I did, which was like super niche and I don't think had an audience. But when I was working for that production company, I helped a Forza tournament. That had
cool.
like the best players from all the world. I'm sorry. We had to call them drivers. They're not players. They're not gamers. They're not pro gamers. They're drivers. So they
can't hurt you now, Kelsey. You can call them players with us.
You want, Kelsey.
Honestly, I found the process so fascinating because it was so unlikely, because it had all these rules and things that were just so beyond anything I had encountered to that point. I actually thought it was really interesting. So my job was actually like getting the drivers into Seattle. Because they were all around the world. There was a guy from China. There were a couple of Australian guys. There's a couple of UK guys. And then just some, other US city-based players and stuff. And my job was like getting them here. So I had to help them, in some cases with their visas and their flights and their accommodations and everything. And then just kind of make sure they were give them their itineraries, help them, stay informed what's going on and everything. And it was, I found it like a super interesting job. I did not learn that much about the actual video game Forza because I don't know that much about cars, and that didn't really, you kind of got to know.
Was it like sim racing or was it controller?
It was not
based?
Horizon. It was the other Forza games. It was the ones that are like the sim ones.
So they each have their own little cubby of all the stuff they would want to use, like the wheels.
Yeah. And like they had like driving rigs and stuff too.
That's amazing.
Like they're using wheels. They're not using controllers.
I do feel like racing sim is, I think, currently the most interesting in that being good at actual racing, like F1 racing, makes you good at the game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like professional F1 drivers that also stream themselves playing these sim racers. Yeah. And they'll do it in the off season to like practice. And it's like, is this the only game where like doing the thing actually makes you better at the game.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought about that, but you might be totally right. I mean, a lot of the guys I spoke to, they also like raced real cars, maybe not, you know, professionally, but like I want to say go-karts. They're not like, it's a step up of go-karts, obviously. It's not like, oh, I'm going to the kiddie track and riding, but like, you know, they're in like sort of kart racing things, and they're doing like actual races too, in addition to being really good at this video game. So yeah, I don't know. I found the process really, really interesting. And like I said, the rules and stuff. And we went to the Turn 10 studios, and they were like, you know, they gave us a lot of these rules, and they're like, you know, you can't say Forza, it's Forza. It's the Italian word Forza. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. And
yeah, I feel talented. Like esports at the end of the day is cool if you like the game, but it's sad that it will never be like, it's sad it'll never be crazy successful, but I think that's okay. Like, I think it's fine for esports to remain sort of a smaller pie of the overall gaming industry. And I think, like, while it's not going to ever have, like, mass appeal, I think I like where it is. I like the niche that it's in. And I don't think it has to try to be more than it already is.
Just to give, like, context for, like, people who don't know, aka me, when you say, like, oh, it's dead / it's dying, what does that mean? Is that, like, the numbers are down? Is it, like, they're losing money? Is it, like, teams are shutting down? Like, what does that look like in practice?
Kind of everything, right?
Yeah, I would say like all the above,
that's so much.
Essentially, like the money just kind of is leaving. Like, it had a big boom. There was like a gold rush almost of people trying to buy esports teams, people making esports teams, and now we're kind of at the end of the gold rush. And like I said, standing in the graveyard of a bunch of hero shooters, trying to be the next Overwatch. But I don't think like it's very successful in China, very successful just in Asia in general. And I think it'll always make. It'll always be a piece of the pie, but like people were acting like it was like the hottest thing. Like that if they weren't gonna get a piece of esports, they would be left in the dust. So it'd be
like not investing in football, you know? Like
it'd be crazy to miss out on this opportunity. But I feel like esports is just maturing into what it should be, you know, which is just like a piece of competitive gaming that people will appreciate for all the time, and it'll just never be mainstream, you know? Games will come and go, the competitive scene will shift and whatever, and I think it's just settling into, like, you know, what it'll be long term.
By the way, I just looked up the, like, top Forza players, and I think I did this in literally 2014, 2015. I'm recognizing a lot of names. the same people.
That's cool.
So I'm like, this is crazy. One of these guys apparently made $60,000 playing Forza in 2023. So
nice.
That's.
I guess on that note, too,
shout out to Force One.
And maybe esports hasn't existed long enough to answer this question. But is there like in traditional sports, there's usually a time where you kind of like get too old to be able to play, except for LeBron. Like everybody else usually like gets too old to be able to play. Does that happen? That tweet that's like, but LeBron's 30. We won't have to see this for much longer. Yeah. Oh man. Quote post update?
In the beginning of esports, I feel like the careers were short, but it's because I feel like the living conditions were so bad.
Yeah.
And it's like only young men were willing to put up with like the living conditions for the sake of the game. But I think the conditions have gotten a lot better. And I do feel like esports, like Faker's like 29, like almost 30. But I do think, esports athletes tend to fire hot and short in their careers, and then they like retire to a life of streaming, right? So it's like you're hoping that you can be really, really good, that you can then just be a Twitch streamer and nobody cares if you win or lose, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is weird that it tends to skew younger, but that's who's playing the games also.
Yeah.
And that's who has the time to devote to it, I think, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's not like, is there like a farm system for esports? You know, like, do you take in someone who shows promise and you, I mean, I guess this happens a little bit.
People scout, like the college system, they do scout from, but I think that they almost prefer to just take straight from high school. Like I feel like when you're in college, you're already like basically halfway to pasture at
It's
that
just
point. Also,
baseball.
you're in college and you literally have better things to do than be good at esports.
I have a new point of pride. My alma mater apparently won the League of Legends North American Collegiate Championship
Nice.
in 2013.
Let's go.
Just saying.
Watch out.
It's
They're
been a
on
lot of
the up
years
and
since
up.
2013. So
But they have
Probably.
they have like talent scouting. There's like they have tournaments to scout talent. They have like the college programs you can also get talent from. And they have within the organizations, they have like the JV team, the academy team. So there's like the main team that plays, and then the team that they're kind of like, I don't know, trying to mold into replacing that team. So they always have like talent on the back burner that they're trying to like mold into like good players. But that's for like that's not, that's only if the game is like really good. So only like League of Legends probably, and then maybe some other ones that they're trying to mold. Because it's expensive to like pay the
Yeah.
salaries of all these kids.
and they burn out so fast. They burn so bright and they burn so fast. Speaking of which, should we talk about what our challenge was for this week?
Yes.
Yay!
Our challenge is I guess we haven't actually done our challenge yet. We're about to do it live. Can it esport? We are going to go through some this. If you are totally bored by us talking about esports, now we're going to make it a little silly, a little goofy. And we're going to see if we can turn some games into esports and make them competitive. I'm excited for this.
Okay, wait, I gotta do a costume change.
Oh my god. What do you
Ooh,
mean?
This is exciting.
Costume change. Oh my god.
I'm back.
Who's that?
It's me.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Is that
C9 player?
pro
Pods. Pro player.
Can you? What do
Oh
you?
my
wear?
god.
Oh my god, your name's.
She's
Sarah's
got her
wearing a
tag on the back of the
jersey
jersey.
with her own tag on it.
They let you
If
do
you
that?
played, I would watch.
You look so.
I just got this-
fun in that. You look like you're about to win
Yeah.
the championship.
I always did love their design.
Red Bull on the side. That looks so real. It
They're
is
very,
real, but you know
they're
what I mean.
very, they're very soccer
Red Bull
soccer
athletes.
kit. The
Yeah.
esports jerseys.
I got this as a gift because Omen was a C9 sponsorship in 2018. So I have a jersey, a C9 jersey with my gamer tag on it,
That's sick.
which is Pods,
Fun.
and then all like it's I think the official jersey from that. They look different now, but this was like 2018 era.
Your username would fit right
C9.
in with those kind of names too. Pods. That feels
Yeah,
so
Pods.
perfect.
I could totally see myself yelling at Pods.
Pods.
It used to be Sarah Pods, but then I was like getting bullied because they could tell that I was a woman.
Oh no.
So then I just changed
No.
it to Pods.
No
I
one
was
knows
like,
Pods is a woman.
Uh-oh, they're gonna know that I'm a woman. Okay, Haley, I linked you my Canva
Okay,
in Slack.
let's get it going. And it's looking rather esportsy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all say it together.
Oh my god.
Can
it
esports.
Esports.
We have a delay.
Okay, we'll work on that.
the
We'll
best we
work on
could.
that.
Okay. I don't know. Can it?
So this
The
is a
coordination can't
game-
Quite see.
I know. Here, I'll move that.
Move that up.
Anyways, this is a little game that we're gonna play called Can It Esport. And I'm gonna present you games, and we will discuss: do we think it could esport? What would it take for it to esport? And what would you do to encourage the esport economy around said game?
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything we have
First-
to know? Like, is there a fail
No.
condition? Or
No,
okay.
there is no fail. It's
A jump
simply
scare?
a
It's not
thought
like me.
process. It is simply a exercise in our philosophical understanding of esports.
Okay.
Okay.
Slide 1. Can it esport?
Blong. Wii Sports.
Wii Sports Bowling.
Oh,
If
you know
your
what?
grandma
Meet
can
again,
do
we.
I
Your grandma
was-
can do it. You can do it.
I was at my nan's. She has like a very nice. Calling it an old folks home feels mean. It's like a really nice place she lives now, right? But we were in the TV room where everyone shares a TV, and there was a Wii in there, and I went, Nan, you have a Wii here? And she goes, yeah. I go, does anyone play it? She goes, no. But can you imagine like a Wii Sports esport, and it's you got to be 70 plus,
So
Oh, this is
and
like
you
a
need-
seniors
they get-
only?
seniors
Thing?
only.
That would
Wii
be
Sports
cute.
I'd watch
bowling.
that.
I'd watch
I would watch that.
Right?
I'd watch it. I'd like have a team. I'd have my favorite grandma.
Yes, because I'm so feral for like gaming grandmas. It's going to be so commonplace in 40 years or whatever when we're all grandmas that it'll just be boring. But right now it's the new
Every time I
hotness.
see a headline with like the Skyrim grandma, I worry that it's going to be that she's like passed away.
I know. They're like, she's taking
I'm
a break
so
from Skyrim.
scared.
I was like, thank God. Don't die. And it's just, whenever I see just like a cool older lady who's into games, I'm like, oh, let's go. And I always think about what our old folks' homes are going to be like, with just a bunch of consoles everywhere and stuff. We're
all gonna be cool old ladies.
We're gonna game ourselves.
I think maybe when
20
I'm
years of our
retired,
lives.
I'll finally be good at esports. I'll
That'd be
get a bunch of
fun.
Adderall from my doctor, and I'll have endless hours to play.
But yeah, I feel like having it be a seniors only thing, because it's like, number one, seniors like bowling. Number two, seniors like the Wii. Let's let them off their leash. Let's see what they can do.
Okay, so the only way to make this work is if it's seniors only. Like, we're not tuning in to watch some 20-year-olds who are really good at this.
I don't want to watch a 20-year-old who's good at Wii Sports. Seen it.
The question is like, what is the skill ceiling of Wii Sports bowling? Like how
Like normal bowling skill
complicated
ceiling, I
is-
suppose.
I guess, but then it's like you also have to like understand Wiimote physics.
Yeah.
I feel like the
That's
right
intuitive.
person would just simply never lose a frame. That's kind of like
Yeah.
how regular pro bowling is.
Yeah.
Like you can
Pretty much.
just hit the ceiling and then everyone's just at the ceiling.
So then how do we make it more fun to watch than if they were just bowling in real life?
Okay, you can't use Wii Motion Plus.
That's an insane requirement.
That's gonna be the layer of it.
That's like the steroids of this. If you
Ooh.
use Wii Motion Plus, you're
yeah.
doping.
You're out.
Like you can train how you want to train, but when it comes down to league play, it's vanilla Wiimotes only.
Mhm. Was there an online? There was no online for Wii Sports, right?
No.
Nah.
It was just like
I think
there
so.
needs to be an online
Present in the
mode where you
room.
can bowl against other people.
And the ranking could be interesting of like, I bet there'd be one person who's never had a bad game. They've gotten perfect strikes every time, and everyone would tune in to be like, oh, they finally fumble. That's what we'd really have to hope for, is a story like that. I think that's how we get the big numbers for the finale of our season.
Mhm.
Like Grandpa Joe has not.
It would be
Miss a
insane to see like
single
a big arena and then like a single person standing in the middle with a Wiimote, and they're just taking turns going up there and like
How do we
doing the
make that
bowling.
flashier? How do we make that better?
You put it in a
We
bowling
do-
alley.
we do
and at
the-
the end
the
is
Dota
there's
thing.
the screen.
yeah, we do
That's
the Dota
kinda
thing.
fun.
We put like a bowling thing on the ground where then they stand at one end of it, and then when they throw it, you see the little ball go and the projection.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
nice.
and then it like hits the
Oh,
pins.
Yeah.
At that point, then
And then
everybody
we- and then we
might as well just
also-
bowl, though.
No,
we
no,
also
no,
have the
no,
bowling
no.
alley animations, like the really weird ones that they
Nice.
do with
Yeah.
the, like super old CG, but it's projected on the floor.
Haley.
Or
What?
like the
It's a nice shot.
hologram.
Oh, I
Well,
thought
the
you said
hologram
nice. I thought you
dragon
said nice
to
cock.
attend
I
the
was
Wii
like,
Sports
what?
bowling.
Wink. That was a
You
golf
got me
thing.
again,
Okay.
Haley.
hmm
And then they have those little. You
I think we
have
can make
one
this
of the
happen.
screenshot on there, the little mini challenges where you have to hit like 1,000 things. That could be like, if there's a tie, they got to go do some of that stuff.
Or if there's a tie, you
I
have to play
feel
another
like-
Wii Sports game. You don't know what it's gonna be.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. What it could be the other.
That would be crazy.
Them boxing after a bowling match would be insane.
Yeah.
They got a
My
box
trigger
of
phrase, 'cause
light.
that boxing was
Tiebreaker?
trash. It's like the one really bad game on Wii
But
Sports.
that's where Matt is. Look, he's in this picture too. He's on my Tomodachi Island. I made Matt from Wii Sports. A legend.
That's cute.
That's really cute, actually.
He's an icon. He's in Wii Sports Resort too. He's the one you fight with the swords.
Well, I hope his sword game was better than his bowling game, because or
Mhm.
his
I
boxing
feel like we
game.
should do it. We could do this, but once again, it would just take a bunch of money. I need like
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia levels of money.
Oh my
I-
god!
and I could
I
make
think-
this
No,
good.
we're already selling out to Saudi Arabia on the first slide.
Guys, I think it would be
We
so
lost.
funny if this was the only thing Nintendo invested serious.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Sports
Not
money into.
Splatoon, not
Like,
Smash.
Yeah, if they went all in on this and they were doing huge, like 100K prize pools, filling arenas, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next one. Next on the agenda. Farming simulator.
This is a tough
Farming
one.
simulator.
This is a tough one.
How
Look
do
at
we
those
esports
cows.
this up?
How do you esports it?
Is
those
there-
I don't even know what tasks you do in this, which I know it's like you
Farming.
farm.
You
that,
essentially-
but, like, I don't know what that
you farm.
means.
Like you grow crops, you harvest crops, and then you sell the crops.
Is there challenges like in The Sims where it's like 0 rags to riches crop crop challenge? You got to get the most crops in an hour or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's only kind of one way
Okay.
to do that. There would be just a streamlined speedrunner version for everything. So I think what would
Okay.
have to
I want you to go. I
happen-
want you to go to the next slide, Haley.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, you don't want
Go to the
okay.
next slide. Go to the next slide.
It's
It's already an esports.
Wow.
Farming simulator exists. Watch out for the volume on that. That's my only caveat. There's a video, and it'll explain to us the rules of the farming simulator esport. Top right.
Oh, it's muted. Oh, no. Okay. It just wasn't playing. That was weird. Wow.
Arena mode.
They have a little starting gate, like a race.
Oh,
And they choose
my
their
goodness.
tools. Like it's
There's picks and bans where you can pick and ban farm equipment.
wow.
Why are we not watching this? Why is this not?
Oh,
It's
the
big.
most
This is really
popular
big in
esport?
Europe.
I
This
really
is
like
big in
this. I like
Europe.
this. Oh, the timer and the clock and the little scores. One bale.
Essentially, you and your opponents are given like the same map, and your goal is to try to harvest the crop faster and get more money for your crop. But you can like pick and ban certain farm equipment, and then there's little items scattered around the farms that you can pick up that will give you like buffs to certain things that might change how you want to harvest or what you want to harvest with.
What's the announcing like with this? Like, oh, his grain is going up in price. Like, what did they scream?
I don't
He's
know.
switching to corn. He's switching to corn.
Oh my god, the corn swap.
Oh my god!
The third area is insane move. Will Timmy do it? Will Jim Job do it?
Yeah,
I think
the
what the
Farming
name of these
Simulator
men would
League
play this.
exists, and it's I think pretty fun to watch. But yeah, it's
I
like
really
it
wanna watch
basically they
this.
take the game and they kind of like Fortnited it a little bit, where it's like it's not how you would play the game normally, but you
Mhm.
can play this mode of it. It's also similar to like Minecraft. Have you guys seen like the Minecraft speedrunning that's been blowing up
Yeah.
lately?
Yeah.
Where it's like a generated map, and your job, you're going against another person, and you have the same exact seed of a map in Minecraft, and your goal is to defeat the Ender Dragon before they defeat the Ender Dragon. And it's like it can be it's like 20 minutes quickly, and then or like an hour, and then whoever gets their first wins. It's like it's not Minecraft, but it's like kind of like Minecraft. It is Minecraft, but it's like they have a separate game mode.
I love that. Can we watch this? Haha, suckers
We
get
can-
sewed. You wrote in here. Very
Yeah.
rude. It's a bit mean. Just
I thought
kidding.
that did you guys know that this was an esport?
No, I've never heard
No.
of this.
I was worried. I was worried you guys would know.
No, I
One
was
of
about
us
to
should have
say-
been smart enough, but no.
Yeah, this was a little trick. I was was thinking like a Hunger Games kind of thing where there's like a person who's like, make the plague happen in the middle of the farm, like in the what's it called in
Mhm.
in that movie where there's somebody in control of everything, the game master.
Somebody
or
brings
something?
the locusts.
Yeah, like release the dogs, and the dogs are biting all the farmers. Like doing a bunch of stuff like that to keep them on their toes while they do mundane farming tasks would be kind of fun. But it sounds like they kind of do that
Mhm.
with putting out buffs, just more of a positive stimuli instead of a negative stimuli, which is what I'm thinking of. Oh, I've never played Farming Simulator, but I know I would just absolutely zone out and play that for hours if I did.
It is incredibly complicated.
Oh,
It's one of
Okay.
those games where it's like if you are a farmer, you'll know how to play it. But if you're not a farmer, you'll be like, I
Wait,
need what to what?
Is this like how we were talking about earlier with like
The racing
Forza
sims?
Motorsport? Like could this make you better at farming?
I don't know. I think you would become more familiar with the equipment it takes to farm.
Because
You
I
think
think
of a
I think
farmer
you're
What
online.
probably
tractor
quite-
does what?
you're probably quite specialized if you're farming. You know, you're not going to be like, gotta switch to beans this year. Like you have a. I think you know what you're farming.
all the tools and knowing
You think
the best
but
tools
There's
right
got to be
away.
Mhm.
look. All the respect to the farmers. There's always someone whack at the job at any job. So maybe it's like they could hone the skills a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to play Farming Simulator, and like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm like, which one of these? It shows
Does your
like, my
gardening translate
ignorance.
into the
No
farming simming?
Uh,
gardening? None of my knowledge translate to large scale agriculture. And I felt I could feel my ignorance.
So frustrating.
Because like I'm surrounded by it in the Midwest, and I'm like, I don't know what that equipment is. I don't know what that equipment is. I don't know what that does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to plant my seeds.
Do
How
you
many
think
seeds do I buy?
Do you think you would enjoy being a farmer?
No.
Oh, a surprised answer. I thought you'd say maybe.
You get cancer and die from the herbicide.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's stinky and hard.
You're,
Mhm.
okay.
You don't make
You're
a lot of
making it sound a
money.
lot less fun than it was seeming in my head.
Gina,
It's
that
not
reminded me of
fun.
when we were talking about Shadow of the Colossus, and this Michael and I say this all the time based on how you said it, but you were talking about how you didn't like Shadow of the Colossus. You go, so dusty.
Dusty.
And
So
we
dusty.
say that all the time. Like when we're vacuuming, we'll go, it's so dusty.
I'm glad.
Your favorite
Yeah, that's
thing.
exactly what Shadow of the
Stinky.
Colossus is. When I get my fucking Dyson out, I'm like, it's just like Shadow of the Colossus.
Ready for the next one, Sarah?
Yes.
Bloop.
This one you guys will be familiar with. The
Oh,
Sims.
I mean, challenges. Doing 100
Mhm.
Baby Challenge, Esport. Hello. I've been watching a lot more challenges since our Sims video. Our Sims episode, I went and I beat Urbsons in the city, and then I've been hard on Sims
I
Challenge
saw it
YouTube.
backlogged.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they're so
wouldn't
fun to
that-
watch.
Don't those challenges take forever? Like, we need to find a way to make the Sims snappy, you know? Because, like, you can't have a round last.
Maybe like 10 Baby
6
Challenge
days.
then or something.
I was thinking like we make a game mode in The Sims where the Sim like is constantly in a state of dying. And it's whoever
Oh.
can keep their sim alive the longest.
While
like
doing a
the
series of
bars
other
just move
challenges?
super fast. Yeah.
Like they have
And
to
the
get
bars
to
are just
level
moving super
5
fast.
cooking at the same time as getting to this level in their job and doing all these
And your
things.
sim is constantly starving and
Yeah.
because like I think that requires a high level of knowledge in The Sims.
Totally.
Because it's like, yeah, what would give The Sims a higher skill ceiling, right? Because like when I watch people play The Sims at high levels, it's like watching someone work in like an Excel document almost.
It is.
Like they're clicking all over the place, like they know where everything is. So it's
Oh.
like something that yeah has a really high skill ceiling, which I feel like is just general knowing how to keep a sim alive.
The Sims 1 is so hard, so maybe yeah. you have
And The Sims 1 is already hard.
Yeah. That would be fun. I remember The Sims for the whatever anniversary. Was it 19th or something, or I can't remember. But they released a little challenge thing that was like do all these things in The Sims. So it'd be kind of fun to do that while having all the things. So like one of them was like sleep with Don Lothario, get kidnapped by an alien, kill someone with a death plant, get spit out by a cow plant. It was like all these things that aren't necessarily something you just click on the thing and do it. You have to do a series of other things to set it up. So it'd be kind of cool to watch somebody. It's essentially speed running. Like, what do you do in the middle periods while you're doing the 2 tasks to get them up to snuff so that they can do the other things? Because some of them require them being like level, like one was getting killed by a rocket or something, I think. So you need to be level 10 rocket skill. It's like, how are you training? Well, that might be a little bit boring to watch is the only thing.
That's the
I don't
problem
think
is
so,
it's-
because-
it takes too long to, like,
They
do
do
all
like
that.
Twitch rivals with The Sims, where essentially they get a bunch of streamers to play The Sims, and there's like a bingo card
Yeah.
of like all the things they have to do like that. Yeah, like get level 10 in Rocket, whatever. And I think they do it as like a team. So they go in as a team and they'll divvy
that's
up the bingo
cool.
card. And they do this with Stardew Valley too.
wait,
like
that's a
Stardew Valley
fun team
multiplayer.
sport, actually.
Yeah, so like Twitch Rivals did it with Stardew Valley, where there's a bingo card and like they assign various points to various bingos. And if you get the thing first, nobody else can get it. Kind of. So it's like teams have to strategize what
like
they want
Pikmin.
to prioritize and what they think other teams won't do, and like what goals they can reach on the way to like the high ticket items.
Ooh, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I lived in a world where I could do that competitively. Like that sounds so fun, but it's just like the
There was
path to get there. Is
Well,
so
it basically is like almost like Stardew Valley speed running in a way,
Mhm.
because it's like those are the people who won, is the people who knew, basically the people who intricately knew how the game was coded, always won like the Stardew Valley things.
weird.
Because yeah, it's just like how much knowledge do you have about how this game works, which is kind of with speed running too, right? It's like you are good at running the game because you know the inside of how it works, like what the code's doing, so you can exploit it.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. Imagine
That's
if we could do
crazy.
something where all of us were playing at the same time and like sharing our screen to somebody, and then they were like hopping between our game footage to be like, "Oh, Sarah's getting a level 10 rocket. She's got to be going for that." I want the like, it's so fun.
That's literally what the Sims Twitch Rivals is.
Twitch Rivals. I'll write that. I want to watch that.
Mhm.
I've been watching a lot of like my Sims are in the apocalypse, and they do like the off the grid stuff, and they'll have all these restrictions, like you can't drink water and you can't
Oh my god.
yeah, like you can't
I'm
like
dead in 2 minutes.
you can't own a shower until you get to level 10 of like this career or something, because then showers get fixed because you have the experience to fix showers or something like that. So like I was watching a girl do it. She's like, I need to get her to level 10. I think it was doctor or something, so I could finally have a freaking shower. She's like making her Sims wash themselves in the sink. She's like, this is hell.
You can only wash your hands. Just keep washing your hands.
Yeah, she can only fish, and she'd come inside and grill the fish, and she could only hold one fish in her pocket at a time, because she was like, my Sim could only hold one fish at a time. That's just realistic. I was like, this is insane, but it's so entertaining
That's
to watch.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Could you, like,
the answer
Pokemon
is
your
this one's
Sims?
easy.
Did I?
There's a
No
few
problem.
options. Could you Pokemon your Sim, like raise your Sim, and then like they're pitted against somebody else's Sim, but you don't know what the contest is gonna be?
Oh,
You
that's
could do
kinda
that too.
hard. Well, I guess that's kind of like my Big Brother challenge I like to do, where it's like who's gonna last the longest, but then we struggle to kill anybody because
Yeah.
the game is too baby coded now and doesn't let you kill anybody.
Boo.
It's like, are you sure you want to kill that Sim? I'm pretty much shooting them in the head.
I'm
It's like,
surprised
oh,
like the Sims
careful.
has never tried to esport. The EA seems like very gullible when it comes to things, and I'm surprised they never tried to add the Sims esports.
It's true.
There's still time.
It
There's
also
still
would
time.
make like a really good April Fool's joke, but then like that actually just keeps going.
Like ARAM,
Yeah.
League of Legends ARAM.
I love this
Okay,
one,
next
though.
one.
Beep.
Ahaha!
You jokester.
It's Smash Bros. Ahaha!
Cute.
And then I
Cute
wrote,
little
Nintendo
joke.
will never love you like Nintendo loves Splatoon.
Elementary.
They barely
esports
love
Smash
Splatoon.
Bros. Ultimate Tournament.
It's
They'll never love you like they love Pikmin.
no, it's interesting how, despite being I think one of the most well-known fighting game communities,
There's so much
Smash
drama.
just like there's so much drama.
There's just so much drama in Smash. Everyone hates each other in Smash.
I feel like it's like the age and the demographic of it,
Maybe.
and the fact that there's no like official tournament body with it compared to like for other fighting games. I'm not like that, but I'm sure like the other fighting games they have their companies are more involved basically, right?
Yeah.
Like the fighting games are designed to be kind of like used in tournaments.
Yeah.
But I feel like poor, Nintendo's like, we never wanted this to be a competitive game. We want it to be a party game. And then you're in here, no items, Final Destination or whatever it's called.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
turn off all of the things that make it a party game, and we don't
Yeah.
want to have fun. We want it to be hard.
We're gonna do our shields, whatever slides and our B dashes.
Oh, wave
and our
dash?
up down. Yeah, we're gonna do our wave dashes and screw you.
I know.
I've been meaning to learn how to do that because it's like it feels a little dumb that I can't do that because I love Smash Bros. Melee. Like I've loved that game like forever.
Janet, no, you don't need
Yeah.
to wave dash.
No,
It's okay.
no,
but
no.
don't need a wave dash.
I put so much time into it. It feels dumb that I can't. You know what I mean? It's like the one thing that everyone does in that game. It's like I should probably learn how to do that. But I just play for funsies.
Yeah.
But that game's
Play
insane
with the
to me
items on,
because
girl, live your life.
yeah, I've always played with items on, and I play with all the items on almost every stage except like two that piss me off. I don't like that stupid Ice Climbers one. And then I play with all the characters except for the
Pokey
characters that piss
floats,
me off,
man.
which is the Ice Climbers. I like Pokey Floats. It's kind of toxic, but if you throw all the toxic ones out, now you just got Final Destination, Hyrule Castle, and shit. Which Hyrule
Pokey
Castle
Floats is like
is my favorite.
incredibly cute and a terrible stage, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you always go back to it because you're like, but it's so good. It's such a
There's only so
cute
many
idea.
stages in that game.
Yeah.
So it's like if I cut out all the ones that have bullshit, we're left with like 2 stages. So it's like you gotta kind of take some of the like L's. It's like I don't want to be Donkey Kong or Bowser, but then we only have like 3 characters left if we just do that. But I played this game a sickening amount. And me and my brother would do the 64-man melee tournament, just us. We did that as adults the other like a few months ago. We had to stop. It was way too long. We did like half the size and it still took too long. And I'm like, wow, how did we do this as kids? Now the obvious answer is
The
that the
whole
matches
day.
were probably faster because I was like bad. Like I was like, well, the gap was bigger, I think, because we're 6 years apart. It's funny, I found out like in the modern era, because like I usually would lose. It would be like kind of competitive, but I would mostly lose. And the times that I did win, like years after the fact, my brother's like, yeah, the times you won, like it's because I was high. Ooh, like it is like, and you'd be like, oh wow, I'm doing so good today, and I'd be like, I'm so fucking high.
If I didn't know your
dude.
brother, I
It was a
would say
win.
that he's making that up, but I think
No, definitely not.
I fear he is an honest man. So
What does he have to prove? Beating his like 6-year gap kid sister? He doesn't care about that stuff. But this was our cultural exchange. I was obsessed with Smash Bros. and Mario Party 4. I think it was 4 for the GameCube or whatever. At the same time, like I just asked to play that every single day, and he's like, "You need to play Madden with me if I'm going to be fucking playing this
I had
shit
to do
over and over
Madden
again."
exchanges too with my brother.
And I did the Madden exchange, yes. And eventually, I got into it and got like good enough at it to be competitive against him. But yeah, like that was I played like way too much 03. What was your year that you were playing Madden for no reason, Haley?
We played a lot of NFL Street. It was like
I played a lot too.
We really
played
liked
a lot of
That
NBA
was a
Street.
feature, not a bug. I loved NFL Street and
Yeah.
NBA Street.
That would be kind of the one we go to because it was kind of a nice compromise. Like I like the more cartoony vibe a bit, but it was still football, so my brother liked it. And then he'd make me play all the NHL games too because he got tired of playing.
because you're
AI.
Canadian. I
'Cause
get
we're
it.
Canadian.
You're
and
Canadian.
He played hockey.
See, I don't have a brother, so like I never played any of the sports games. Like
Yeah.
I've never played any of them.
They're fun, but I would only play them in that context. I can never imagine sitting down by myself and
Oh
playing
my God.
NHL 27 or whatever, though.
Well, I feel like NFL Street though, like this. I mean, we can say this for future episodes, but like I think those would be. I feel this is my Metroidvania again, where I'm like, look at these sports games that are like super fun. But yeah, I think NFL the arcadey ones feel more traditionally gamey. Well, like I don't think people always ask like, I've never played like EAFC, like should I try it? It's like if you like soccer and want to, like sure, but like it's not a generalized like enjoyable game. I feel like you kind of have to like the sport a little bit, or at least be open to liking it. While like NBA Street, it's like, do you like to see number go up? Do you like to beat ass? And it's like, yeah, I like to beat ass. You can beat ass in that
Yeah,
game.
some
It's quick, it's
arcadey.
fast. Yeah, it's fun.
Beat
But
us in the
yeah, I'm part of the
sports
problem, Sarah. I was there the day one of like standing that game, and it's weird to like. This sounds like I'm trying to brag, but to retroactively like have known that it was special. Like I thought I was just stupid and hyper fixated on the game, but like it was special to me, and it still is. That's still my favorite Smash Bros.
Melee?
Which is an annoying trait, but it's one I have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't think liking Smash Brothers inherently makes you annoying.
No,
I think it's.
I like it. I like Smash.
Yeah, I like it too.
I don't lead with
I just
it.
have an issue. I have an issue with people who don't. I have an issue with people who are too good at it. Let's just be honest, because it's like I grew up playing Smash against
They
the AI
scare me.
because I had no brother, I had no one to play with, and then you sit down with like somebody who's like, oh yeah, by the way, I've been in a few tournaments, and then they're like, items off, final destination. And you're like, this sucks. Why did you make this so unfun?
Yeah, we didn't really get into it for the fighting games got brought up for the esports like explainer part, and none of us really like watch fighting games very much or play them. But like there is nothing worse than like being incapable in a fighting game against an opponent, because you really
That's
like
so
at least in
true.
Overwatch, like if I suck ass playing it, I don't know, I'm not gonna like get like killed immediately. Like I'm still walking around and I can kind of feel like I'm sort of participating in a fighting game. If someone's like significantly better than you, you are gonna be dog walked. You're not gonna do
Well,
anything.
you don't get to do anything. You don't get to press
No.
a button.
No. And it's like it's not a game to be like, it's not fun if you're too bad at it against an opponent. While like other games, I feel like you don't need to like win to have fun. It's like you kind of need to be at least competitive in whether it's against the AI, against a human being. Like if you're not able to like do anything, there's nothing for you here because you're just literally not even playing.
It's like, just kill me energy. Like, just take my last 2 lives.
Mhm.
I want to go have something in the kitchen. Go get a drink in the kitchen.
And this is why Smash Bros. Tournaments are banned on the PP Bank cruise.
That's fair.
well, if
Call
we were
back
to
to a
esports
Sarah's
this,
Loaded Gun, which is a thing that you can get access to if you subscribe to the Patreon, minmax.com, or
Mhm.
patreon.com/minmax with 2 N's.
Beer Tower.
It's just interesting. I feel like Smash is really interesting because I've never seen a company like Nintendo root against its game
Is that
becoming
why it's
competitive.
lasted? Because it's so nonchalant. It has no desperation
No,
stink?
No, I think it's just because it's genuinely a fun game and you can play it at a competitive level.
Yeah.
Like the skill ceiling of Smash is high.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though Nintendo tries to get in the way of it, they still made it an incredibly competitive, high skill ceiling game that people want to play competitively and in tournaments.
Is it
And
because
they do,
you think...
like, they encourage online competitive, you know,
course,
like the
yeah.
online scene and stuff like that. But like, out of all the fighting games, this one has like the most stank on it.
Did they want it to just be done? Like, because Smash Ultimate would be the one they use, obviously, because it has everybody in it. Did they want it to have a sense of finality and have no live service energy to it? And maybe that's why they didn't lean into the esports thing too hard?
I think so. I think because it's like one thing we learned about esports is that like it has to have constant updates and patches, which you know the Super Smash Bros. Did have patches and new characters and updates and stuff like that. But
For
it's
like a year and a half.
Nintendo just didn't want to put the money into supporting it, and they didn't want to put the money into like making it esports. It's because like we said, it takes a lot of money to make something an esport. Like,
but
it's not cheap, and I feel like
it doesn't have to is what pisses me off.
I feel like to do it well, it kind of does, and I feel like Nintendo wasn't willing to put in that effort.
Like when I picture
And it's,
a
but
successful...
it's weird that it seemed like they didn't like the grassroots tournaments either.
Yeah, they get pissed off.
Too, because like the thing about Smash is it was a grassroots like esport. Like it was so completely supported and maintained by its own community.
Yeah. Do you... Like when I picture a successful esport thing, I don't picture the stage with all the lights and the like budget to make things look pretty with the neon and like everyone comes out in their special outfits or whatever. Like if it had a little bit of that, that'd be nice.
Little special outfits.
They can have jerseys. Like, don't get me wrong, they should have jerseys.
They should all have those special outfits.
But
That's important.
like some of those stages are so extra. It's like it just has desperation stink on it for me. Of like, we're real. Look how real this looks. Look how real this looks. Like if it was just more like when I think about like the Pokemon card game Worlds when they do that, it's like it's up on a stage. It's kind of cute. They have like a nice table, and it's that's about the level they do it at. Like what if we just had something like that and it was not so blown up, and they could just be really splashy with like key art around the stage or something, you know, and just have really make it cool that way. It doesn't need to be in the Madison Square Garden sold out theater sort of energy. But they don't do that because they're like, no, you get nothing. Nintendo's weird.
Well, because it's like I feel like Nintendo like they're like Nintendo does that thing where they're like, we're Nintendo, we're gonna make money anyways.
Yeah.
And for most esports, they're like, we have to support the esport to get people to buy the game and put money into the game and to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
But like Nintendo doing what Nintendo does just says like, we're Nintendo, so we just don't have to do that.
Do you
It's
remember,
kind of weird. But yeah, it's
do you remember when Reggie Fils-Aimé was on stage with like one of the top Smash players, and the Smash player was like beating him? He's like, "Hey man, you're pretty bad at this," and he was just like, I'm busy running a company or something. And everyone was like, ah! I just remember that as one of my favorite Reggie moments.
Oh my god. That's so funny. I don't remember that happening, but
It was a very long time ago.
that's very Reggie coded. I think also
I
like
went-
Nintendo's obsessed with like depersonalization as well. Like I think the idea of getting mixed up with esports, having people that are like kind of the face of maybe like Smash Bros and thus kind of a face of Nintendo for them to like inevitably maybe mess that up. You know, I think they are just like, why am I going to mess with that? I don't want to touch that.
That's very fair. Reggie Fils-Aimé went and spoke at my college once, and it was like he was giving like a business lecture, like at the business school, but you know, they didn't like, it was a ticketed event, but you didn't like, I don't think they checked if you were in the business school or not. So it was like half questions about, you know, running a corporation, and then half like, Reggie, when's the new Smash Brothers coming out?
Oh, that's so
when are we gonna get Sonic or what? I mean, I think Sonic's already in
so
Smash,
much.
but like, when are we getting this guy in Smash? It was
And he was like,
it was
shut
truly
up.
something. Yeah.
I think
this one was kind of a joke one because Smash technically is like one of the biggest fighting game esports tournament things, but it just it lacks the corporate support that all the other esports have, whose corporations actually love and give them little kisses on the forehead.
Mm-hmm. Even just
Which is what I feel like Nintendo gives Splatoon. Nintendo gives Splatoon a little kiss on the
They
forehead.
did not give Splatoon a little kiss on the
They-
forehead. They maybe
did.
they
My
maybe
phone is on
blew a
Smash,
kiss. They maybe
compared to
blew a little
Smash,
kiss.
They
as
had
closed the
actual
door
Splatoon tournaments.
and went and got cigarettes and never came back.
And then they gave it a little
do
kiss
that
on the
with
forehead.
every
And then
game.
they never
Nintendo
came
said the
back.
phone works both ways, Splatoon. Okay.
All right. Civilization.
Civilization.
The way that
I don't know.
civilization is split there made my brain go civilization.
Zation. That's my gamer tag is Zation.
Ooh,
Nice.
Welcome
That's
to
a
the
good
Kelsey-zation.
Yeah, Zation.
Ooh,
The Zation Nation.
Kelsey Zation? Ooh, are you a member of the Zation?
The Zation army.
Okay,
2
I feel
million
like Civ
strong.
would work. I feel like Civ would work
Damn.
because it reminds me of, for whatever reason, it's giving StarCraft, but it's not as fast as StarCraft. But it's got little, it's got a little top down, and you can main a country, right? Like you can main a nation.
You say
Right, so
my
it's like,
main
oh, who's your
China,
main?
build the wall.
Yeah. My main would be China, and it's like these are my abilities.
What's the game I played with Ben before that's similar to this? And you got
It's like Age of Empires.
Age of Empires. So would it be kind of? Is there a multiplayer gameplay to Civ like that where multiple people are building the same? Okay.
Yeah.
So something like that. I've never felt as stupid as when I was playing that game with Ronnie and Nora, I believe it was, and Ben. And they all just had played it for a decade, and I literally couldn't build one log cabin, and they were just like sending griffins to explode on me.
You are not insane, because I actually tried to pick it up because I did used to like mostly Age of Mythology, but a little bit of Age of Empires too. And I fully assumed this was a riding the bike situation. Like I learned how to do this. I knew how to do everything when I was a kid. As soon as I get back in there, it'll all come back to me. It did not come back to me even a little bit. I was like, what am I looking at? What do I do? It was terrible.
Ben revealed that he was my neighbor and he was purposely not attacking me just because it would be a bummer if I was out early. I'm like, this sucks.
That sounds like something Ben
I'm
would
just
do.
the little brother. I'm the little brother coded in the match.
It turns out Ben was actually high the whole time you were playing, which is crazy.
At one point,
He also unplugged your controller.
At one point, his Minotaurs came over and stomped half my town, and he didn't even know they were doing it because they were just autonomously attacking. And I was like, "Can you call back your Minotaurs?" He goes, "Sorry," and brings them back. I'm like, "This sucks." It was really fun, but I just felt so stupid. And so I would imagine
Oh my
it would go
God.
something like this, where, God, how do you even? I can't imagine ever being able to watch an esports for Civ, but I know there's millions of people that would.
Here's what I want to watch. I want to watch like a 1 year long Civilization. Like,
Long.
I want to watch
In
one
real
year,
life
'cause
or in the game?
games can get kind of long, right? So it's like I want.
Yeah, but you conquer the whole map at a certain point. It doesn't take a year.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they wouldn't be playing 24 hours a day. It would just be like they would
Once
play
a
like for a
week.
couple hours every
This
so
is
often.
like
But I would.
This is a living civilization you follow.
know,
Mr.
throughout the
Beast
year.
is like, no, they're playing 24 hours a day.
One day you're like, did you see what Poland did yesterday in like the Civ game or something?
What
You're like,
the-
that's crazy.
It would start matching real life events, and everyone would get freaked out.
Yeah, I just think it would be a fun like social experiment to follow. Just like a really long-winded Civilization game that you can check in on every
With
so
little
often.
pauses
And then like when it
in between.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
and then when it starts to come down to like the final, I don't know what's like is the win condition, like you just wipe everybody out.
Yeah.
I've only ever played Civ by myself on peaceful mode because I ain't about that life.
God.
I ain't about that war.
Yeah, it would
I
have
don't
to
know.
be.
I don't know that I've ever cleared the board. So
Yeah.
It's so
Maybe
confusing.
I have.
I feel so
It has
dumb
been a
when I
while.
play these games. I feel insane.
But I feel like I would love to watch people play, and I would love the spectacle around it. I need the spectacle.
Can you give us a little taste on what the commentary people would sound like as they watch?
I feel like they'd be like, he's sending his soldiers over, he's stealing the resources. It's a fight for the copper. Who's gonna enter the brass age first?
Oh, that's a good one. But I
And
would-
you're all on your sports betting app, like who gets to enter the brass
gets
age
the
or
brass
the bronze age? Who gets the bronze age? Who gets the bronze age?
Poland. Put it all in Poland. I worry that there'd be so much. The setting up phase would be such a snore fest. You'd be like, he's farming logs.
Well, it'd be like, and then somebody would be over, and then like
Wait.
miles away, there'd be someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe we're looking at this in the wrong way of like esports has to be like flashy and being like, oh, almost like, again,
Ooh,
shoutcast is like a soccer match.
Golf?
Or, and again, this is genuinely
Okay.
something I noticed watching
that.
more baseball, Kelsey, is sometimes because there's not as much like happening every single second. Sometimes it feels like the shoutcasters are just like dead ass doing a podcast, which I love that vibe
Yes.
because they're like
Yes.
talking about the game, but then they're also like It's pretty chilly today, huh? Yeah. Oh my god, it's cool out here. It's like they're just hanging out. Maybe we gotta just kick back and relax.
Are pros at that. Yeah, and I'm going to shout out the Mets broadcast, but it is genuinely widely regarded to be the best one. The SNY booth is like they're pro podcasters. They're just up there having a podcast, and sometimes they talk about the Mets.
So that's what the Civ thing would be like. It'd be like, obviously they'll still talk about what's going on, but they'd also just be like, when's the last time you played Civ? Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah, no, okay. Anyway, back to this thing. You know, they kind of just weave it in. So I think that's how they can make it work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good age. Yeah, it's my favorite age.
Good age.
Good age.
See,
and then they're like talking about episodes of Seinfeld in between. You know, like it flows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll have like someone like feeding them the like, yo, you know, so and so is actually, this is the third time they've built this specific build on a Tuesday. Oh, that's interesting. Like, give me those random, hyper-specific factoids.
Yes. They should have like a little reporter guy in every country, and they cut to that person to be like, "What are things? How's things in Russia?" It's like, "Oh, in the last hour, Russia's been really trying to develop blah 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 blah. All right, let's go over to China."
And you green screen the reporter onto the board in front of the nation. Yeah. They have to stand there.
They can draw and point, like you can see this crop is coming in over here. The log.
We've got our wheat right here, but it looks like, you know, so-and-so is moving. We got a bandit camp moving eastward toward the wheat.
It seems like we're getting ready to start scouting. They're really going to start pushing here in these last...
The fog of war is really thinning over here in the southern hemisphere, David.
Thank you, Spencer. All right. And then they would move on to the next person.
And then they're like, you know, the last time I saw the fog lift in China... It was back in 2016 when they were still building the wheat farms out there.
And in between everything, there's musical cues for no reason. Give me an organ in there. Just throw the baseball stuff in here and it would work. Where it's like someone,
baseball.
When we pan over to someone playing, like, let me hear like 15 seconds of Bad Bunny for no reason. And it's like,
it's like when they brought those little pigs out in outfits. Remember we were at the St. Paul Saints game and they had the pigs in different outfits that they just randomly would bring out.
That's
minor league baseball.
Give me that. Give me that.
Haley, I know you weren't there, which is really sad, but I had a big tube of a drink. We know from
it was a baseball bat size.
It was a bat
tube of a cocktail.
But it's not a bat.
And that thing got warm as fuck by the end of that time I finished it. That shit was hot. You ever have a hot gin and tonic?
Did not pour cans of beer into there. She got it filled at a tap.
Listen,
open the
Kelsey,
cans of the cocktail and pour them in.
I already won this fight. I don't know why you keep coming back to it. The beer is in my belly no matter what the end of the night. What's a couple cans?
It just became like 9 p.m. in Halifax and we hadn't started the podcast yet. So at a certain point,
you all gave up on me.
So anyway, we took this from like half an idea to like this is the best esport that would be out there because
I want to watch this too now. I went from I don't know to hell yeah.
Let's just let it be kind of chill.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I feel like this is like special shout out to shoutcasters for esports.
Yeah.
Shout out to shoutcasters. They're genuinely so good at what they do. They have to have so much knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
And then be able to parse what's happening in real time. And then they have to be able to sit there and talk about the players and be like, oh, you know, Zacian is really coming up into their own, like, but pods, and it's like, oh my god.
And you're there
and
too.
And they're just, I'm there. But yeah, shout out to shoutcasters.
Did you know my sibling does that?
No.
Who?
What do they shoutcast?
Mostly Smash, but they've done some.
Oh yeah, I think you did mention that.
Yeah,
at some point on the show.
There's another one. I can't remember what the other one they do is, but mostly Smash.
That's cool.
It's seems like a hard thing to get into, especially because they don't like. It's not like it pays well, you know. Like at least if you're aiming to
how do you practice? You know, you kind of have to practice by yourself.
You just like turn on. Oh, I know exactly how you practice. You turn on a match and you mute it and you just go.
Gosh. That's too much work. Anyways, but I want to be like the weather lady for the Civ 5 esports where I'm like the fog of war in the south is thinning and we have a scouting party moving north here and then I'm in front of the big map, green screen drawing arrows.
Yeah. You bomb a stick, draw a penis one time, and that's the viral tweet.
Whoops.
That's the viral TikTok.
Oh no.
All right, what's the next one?
And then the final one is just a special shout out
What?
to Microsoft Excel.
This is a
Oh,
real
yeah.
thing?
And this is a thing.
Yeah.
This is a thing.
Look
This
how
is so
happy
cool.
they are. Oh, they
Yeah.
won.
I feel like this is them. This is like corporations utilizing esports arenas for good.
Mm. What is? Oh, how
I
does
think they
this
had
work?
one. It's essentially, I think they're given like a data spreadsheet, and then there's like where they start and where they have to end up by organizing it, utilizing a bunch of like functionalities, and they have to go like really fast.
I love that. That's great. I love that this
Yeah.
exists. I will
Look how
never
happy
watch
that
it,
man
but I
is
love
to win his Excel thing.
it. Yeah.
I only remember it when it happens because it goes viral like once a year, and people are like, "Did you know there's an Excel spreadsheet competition?"
You wish you could.
I
want to
watch this live. Are there shoutcasters for this? There's got to
Oh
be,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh
It's.
my
I
God,
feel like it's
the
really
terminology.
entertaining.
Should we
must
do like
be
a live
insane.
react to the Excel tournament?
We should make Ben watch it.
Yeah.
'Cause he hates Excel.
Because he doesn't know he hates spreadsheets.
Yeah, he hates them.
Exposure
Ew. I
therapy.
I feel like this is the closest I could get to like how somebody feels when they watch esports or like they watch competitive games. Would be like me watching this Excel tournament where I'm like, I don't know what anything is happening.
It makes me wish that like the things that like my mom is into had a competitive like nature. Like she's really into gardening. Is there competitive gardening?
Competitive nature.
She would muck
I mean,
it
the
up.
competitive gardening is like,
Ha.
how good does your garden look?
Yeah, what
Like,
she
that's
is
the
into.
competition.
Yeah, it's like
it's
landscaping
like-
and stuff,
It's
right?
like y'all have like what do they call though? It's like
Well,
almost like pageants, not pageants, but like the show,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the kind of
Well,
Like
the state
state
fair
fairs.
has like the state fair competitions
Biggest
for like best
pumpkin.
bloom,
Yeah.
biggest pumpkin.
It'd be cute if there's
Where
like,
it's like judging.
blank amount of space, everyone gets the same amount of flowers and tools, and it's like, make this look the best you can make it. You have
They-
4 hours. Go.
I guess it's
My
more
mom would muck
landscaping
that
though than
up.
gardening.
They kind of do
Yeah.
that at State Fair. They do like arrangements and stuff
Okay.
that are
Or like, have you ever seen? I don't know if this is super widespread, but 'cause I don't know if it's like an LA thing or where I saw. But I saw a thing where it's like a tablescaping event,
Yeah.
I love
go to.
tablescaping. I watched the
Tablescaping
documentary
seems
about
fun.
that.
and people will go and just be like, "Look at these tables. Well, what are they doing here?" And so they don't know anything about tables, but they're just like hanging out.
And like people
Wait, I'll look
take it
this
super
up.
seriously, and there was like a documentary about it, like a mockumentary, but it was true, and it was like on Netflix or something. Tablescaping, which is essentially creating a menu around a theme and then decorating a
Oh my
table around
God.
the same.
how do I
theme.
get
And
paid
it's like
to do this?
it's like if you have XYZ on your menu, you have to have the correct cutlery on the table. So it's like if you have like a special dessert, there better be like a fork that matches
There
that
better
dessert,
be
or
a
else you'll be
fork.
docked points. You know, it's like, oh, you the water glass was not on the right side of the plate, like docked points.
yeah, and there's like rules also, like any other competition, where it's like you can't have
Mhm.
certain stuff too high. Oh my God, is baby Sarah?
And these are all photos of all
Sarah.
my that I took. These are all my esports photos.
Audio
So
listeners,
all of these photos
we
were
have
taken by
beautiful
me.
photos. We have Sarah with one of those clappy things that people hit together that blow up balloons that they clap from the Overwatch League. We have
Mhm.
what's this? Oh, the Omen thing sticking out from the ground.
Mhm.
You with Lego
That was a-
Mercy Wings?
Yeah, that was from BlizzCon.
That's cool.
that's cool.
You win less
That
than
picture is
hour
such an
into
era of
arena
time
where
for like
they
12
raised
different
me.
reasons.
hmm
I think these need to be more prevalent. 'cause
Thank you.
They're my favorite part. What's this top? You just took this picture of Team USA.
That
at
was Overwatch League Worlds, which was kind of fun, where they took all the Overwatch League teams and then separated them by country,
Oh,
and then they had to compete. And I think this was like the finals.
okay.
So
you
this
still
was
have
like
this
the final
inaugural
tournament.
season bracelet?
Definitely not.
Oh,
Definitely. Why?
I
Did
would
you
buy it
want
off you. I'd buy it off you.
I don't know where it went.
I'll give you
It's gone.
$5. Damn.
Okay, when I find it. So yeah,
Sarah,
I've
you
been
can
to
at least
Overwatch
get
League
10.
tournaments.
High roller.
I did like a PUBG TwitchCon tournament, but that was just like casual with streamers. Magic the Gathering Arena, when Arena came out, which was like the online mode of Magic the Gathering, they partnered with Omen at PAX East, and we
Okay.
did a tournament there as well.
Very
So
cool.
I've been in these trenches. So it's like I haven't
I
been
like
in
your-
esports since like 2018, 2019. I got out of esports, but it's like I've been there.
That's when it
I
started
know what I'm
crashing. It
talking
needed
about.
you. It needed you, Sarah.
No. Well, I was
Everything
the one like
when the avatar
telling
was
people
needed the
that it
most, she
crashed.
disappeared.
Like the CEO would be like, "Can Hot Wheels be an esport?" And I'm like,
You're
"No."
there's no esports.
Well, I wasn't allowed to talk to the CEO of Mattel,
were-
but I was like, "No."
You were lining up your next job as soon as they
Yeah,
started talking about that
literally,
kind of
Oh
stuff.
my god.
I was looking on eBay to see if anyone was selling that wristband, and I don't see the wristband, but I did not know there were like a ton of sports trading cards with like little pieces of the jersey, like they do with baseball players.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah.
But they had the
Oh.
esports.
I didn't know
like,
there were those
esports
either.
little pieces of their jersey.
How much are those going for?
$7.
I want it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Overwatch. How much are Overwatch League jerseys now?
Not
I
very
finally, I'll be
much.
honest, guys, I threw out my Overwatch League jerseys. I was like, we gotta let this
Yeah.
go.
You know what? It served
You
its
can't
purpose.
say that while I'm wearing it on the episode.
Sorry, I threw mine out.
What the
The
hell?
Gladiators were a better team than the Valorant.
Because that's crazy. Because I found mine in a dumpster behind Sarah's house. It's crazy.
What the hell? You threw them out? Well, you got them for free because you worked there. I paid my good money for this, so I'm gonna wear it. This is the
I'm
first
trying
time
to
it's been
find, like-
worn in like 5 years.
I'm trying to find like
Dusted it
anything
off.
that's worth money from this, and it's kind of depressing me. Like, surely there's some historical coolness to this, right? Like,
I know.
Maybe
I
we
feel
have to
that
wait
way
a little bit
too.
longer.
yeah, maybe we're too early.
These are all like 30
So you can-
bucks.
Pick up your inaugural Dallas Fuel jersey for only $25 right now, and someday profit when they surge back into popularity.
2017, 2018 home
And then they'll
jersey.
release the retro vintage jersey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Haley, is Overwatch doing anything? Like, do they still have a big competitive?
They have worlds.
League.
And then recently they've started re-releasing like the old esports skins in packs if you do certain challenges and stuff. So it's
Mhm.
like you used to have to I don't think if you watch a certain amount of content, back in the day you would get an Overwatch League skin for one of your characters. So I got Diva 1 back in the day. Who did I get? Souls, I think, because they just look the coolest. But they have playoffs. I think they're in the playoffs right now. They still call it Overwatch Esports. It's just scaled back. So like technically on paper, Overwatch Esports is still continuing. There's just it's not the league anymore. It's not big anymore. It's a lot smaller. Presented by Radiant. Yeah, this is their website.
Which I think
now.
is, I feel like long term, this is where esports is going to sit for a little bit.
I
Is
think so
like
too, yeah.
maintainable, smaller, maintainable, not the spectacle. Like not everyone's going to be trying to be the next football.
An open ecosystem Overwatch esports program where the best teams across each region will compete in regional competition to earn the right to represent their region in national events. So less team-based, more just jurisdictional, it's still teams,
Talent-based.
but not like phase vibe of like, we're the Dallas
mhm.
whatevers, stuff like that. It's just, hey, we're all from
The fuel.
America.
It's the
Let's
Dallas Fuel.
Dallas Fuel, thank you. We're all from America. Let's play together kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or this might have been from 2025.
But it's like I still enjoy an esport now and then. Like I was watching Worlds. I was like, is that Faker? He's gonna win again? Like put that on the TV,
Mhm.
They're not getting my money for it, but I'm a viewer.
It's funny, Michael has a lot of Overwatch Twitch stuff just open passively on his phone because you get unlocks in the game now.
Oh,
for it.
drops. You get the
Mm.
drops.
So
Yep.
he'll just put it on, and sometimes I walk into the room and it's just like, oh my god, Arissa! It's just his phone on a table by itself, like no one watching. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll get a loot box later for that or something.
I know, but it's like we're all part of the problem. Is why esports failed. It's like
yeah,
they're not
they think
actually
he's watching. He's just
not watching, but they're gonna
Yeah.
report him in the numbers, and that's why they do drops. They're like, oh, we had so many viewers, and it's like, yeah, because you were offering like Pink Mercy skin or something.
because somebody has it open in
if
a
you
tab
watch for 4
with them
hours,
muted
yeah.
as they play another game in their other screen. Yeah.
How come? I mean, I know like Dead by Daylight's competitive, but where's my Dead by Daylight esports, Haley?
There's
Where's
so
my?
much lore. I once watched a documentary that was like 2.5 hours long about like Dead by Daylight esports and why it doesn't work and all this kind of stuff.
Oh my god, link me.
I'll send it to you at some point. I think Ortstava did it, and it's just like it's such an interesting game because as fun as it is and how competitive it is, it doesn't really work in an esports way. Like asymmetrical games have a hard time with esports because, you know, how do you flip-flop? Now it's your turn to change you can't really do that. So it's only kind of this person's the best at Sadako. Here they go against Team Booger or whatever the heck they name themselves. It's like, oh, Team Booger. And then they go, okay, you can't bring flashlights. You can't bring, you know, toolbox. They put all these limitations on it. So behavior's never done. Well, they did a formal thing, and I think it was just the biggest dumpster fire, and they got a lot of heat for it. So I don't think they've really touched it yet. They had a lot of issues with like hacking and people purposefully going and like filling servers so that everything was crashing, and they gave up. But there's a lot of community-led events and little things like, you know, a lot of the best players will go in and not say who they are. So it's like, you know that XYZ is in this tournament, but you don't know what killer they're playing or whatever. So when you enter into it and then everyone watches and tries to guess, like, oh, do you think that's blank? Like, I bet, like, and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun, but it seems way more community-led, and behavior is a little bit like, too hard.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the thing is like not all competitive games are esports.
There's like not even a rank system in Dead by Daylight. There's no rank.
Esports aren't esports.
Yeah, with Overwatch, it's just you go up. It resets once a month, and you only go up in the tiers if you play, not like a lot of games. Like if you lose, you don't pip. It's called pipping, but you don't really go down. You used to go down. And now it's just, if you just play a lot, you'll be in gold or iridescent or whatever it's called by the end of the month. But that's the only metric. It's just that you played a lot of Dead by Daylight this month. So there's no
like
skill.
A battle pass.
Yeah, it's just a battle pass. There's no skill orientation to it. You're more likely to have new players if you're in bronze or something, but that's just because they haven't played a lot of Overwatch this month. So there's no ranked or anything. I don't think that game could work with like ranked Dead by Daylight. How would that even, I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though. Could an asymmetrical horror game have in esports? I feel like no. Not even horror, just asymmetrical.
Yeah. And by asymmetrical, it's because there's a killer and then one person plays. It's like a PvP, but one person. It's like the 1v4, 3 in like Mario Party, basically.
Yes, but
where
that's
it's everyone against
whole
one player.
Thing. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that game Evolve? They came out in like 2015. That was also like a one guy's the monster. Bunch of people are trying to kill the monster thing. I don't know if I'm making this up or not. But
I'm looking at it. Yeah, Evolve is a 2015 first-person shooter. Wow, I've never heard of this.
I don't know if I'm making this up,
5
but
players,
I feel like I
4
remember...
playing as hunters, 1 is the monster. Battle against each other on an industrialized alien planet called Sheer. That's crazy.
I feel like
I have no memory of
this. Yeah. Okay. I was like,
whoa.
I feel like I remember they were trying to turn this into an esport. So someone's at least like sort of tried. Yeah, they said they would allocate resources into developing esport-centric features into Evolve. They collaborated with the Electronic Sports League to host a tournament. I mean, it never like took off, obviously, but I remember looking at this and them saying it could be an esport and being like, but like you have to get good at both parts. Like, how is this how do you turn this into like a team?
Does a team have like 1 monster and like 4 survivors and
they just like
get
don't
points based
play
like that?
right? Like they just don't play when the other one is. Yeah. I have no idea.
You'd have to have like different rosters. Like you'd have to have a roster of monster than a roster of survivors, basically.
Right.
And you're both under the Cloud9 banner or whatever. But like
weird.
You'd get
I'm the
points
Cloud9
differently.
monster.
I'm a C9 main. I'm a C9
My name's
monster main.
Zacian. I'm the Cloud9 monster.
I feel like Zacian literally is your new esports
I
name.
love Kelsey Zacian squad right
The challenge should have been we all come up with our
Organization
esports names.
Yeah, no,
That's
literally.
another thing about.
Let
I
me
feel like we
schedule
can't
Welcome
take.
to the Zation Nation for when this is gonna go up.
I feel like that's another thing about esports is like when you're doing sports, everybody has real names, right? But then when you do esports, you have to know their real name, but they're like, this is,
like
Jason,
Chunky
also
Bucket.
known as Pon Mater, like
This is a fantastic
Tomato Baiter.
This is a fantastic segue into our other challenge from this week, which was Jacob Geller, a friend of the show, said that we should watch this mockumentary series called Players, which is about a fictional League of Legends team competing. I mean, they've got like real League of Legends teams and stuff in there too.
Yeah.
And yeah, it centers around the characters Cream Cheese and Organism. And like there's a whole arc in this just about how Cream Cheese used to be named Nut Milk. And like just seeing all these analysts like trying, you know, earnestly, and obviously it's a mockumentary, but even in the real world, right? Like there are people straight-faced saying things like this could be Nut Milk's year. You know, if Nut Milk just pushes really hard this year, I think this team has what it takes. You know, like it's just it sounds so ridiculous, and I do think
just
that
go
puts
back
off
in
some
time and wombo
normies.
combo. I wonder what my life would be like now.
It literally, as somebody, I just watched it and I had to pause it and like walk away at how accurate it is. This is literally a 1-to-1 look at what esports is. Like from like, you know, like, yeah, they just saying like, oh, that's like, what do you think you're like AP to like Tristana jungle? Like, what are you jungling Mog? Like no, it was like, you know, that music where they're like, it sounds like English, but it's not English.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's what this mockumentary was to me. It's like, I feel like I should be able to speak this and it sounds so familiar, but it's not English.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very I freaking love this. I've only watched
literally
4
so good.
episodes so far, but my God, this is surprisingly
well
really
made.
good. It's so well made, and the characters are so believable. And so full disclosure, I somehow missed that this was a mockumentary. Like I didn't really.
This is your
Jacob
Habba
was like-
Hotel.
Jacob was like, well, it became fairly obvious fairly quickly, but also esports are so ridiculous and League of Legends is so
That's
ridiculous that I was
funny.
like, I feel like this is not real, but I had to check. Like, I had to make sure it wasn't real, because I was like, it has so much of the real DNA in there, you know?
It literally, it's based off of real, but you can tell them, I look at this and I know who the people are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like there's 1-to-1 characters in this mockumentary that I know who they are in the esports, like who the teams are. And it's like, it's just, I had to pause it a lot and walk away because it was just too real. It was just too much. Jacob has an unlisted playlist where you can watch all of these episodes.
Yeah, because it got
used to
taken
be hosted.
down.
It got taken down and there's literally nowhere to watch this.
I didn't know it got taken
we
down
might
off
have to,
Paramount
like,
Plus.
I think it did.
Yeah, it
Wow.
got taken
I
down.
don't think it's there anymore.
I'm playing
Yeah,
the trailer.
We might have to
only-
blur all, like, we might have to check if we need to blur all the
Oh.
footage we're showing right now, because, like,
Damn.
what if we get copyright struck?
Ugh.
But, like, could we, I wonder if we could, like, link Jacob's playlist in our description or something.
Maybe we're
so
blowing
people
up
can
the
watch
spot.
it.
Maybe we're
Yeah.
blowing up the spot.
Jacob
Maybe-
loses his YouTube channel.
I genuinely don't think we're blowing up
And
the
then
spot.
what-
more than-
how
it's
will he
just
feed his
like a
chickens?
blow up the spot.
It's not private, it's unlisted. That's a different thing.
Yeah, it's
Unlisted.
unlisted. So anyone
Yeah.
can like theoretically access it if they had the link.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all watched like many mockumentaries? Like what's your background in mockumentaries and documentaries? Like
I would say that I've
Introduction.
seen probably more documentaries, but I've watched mockumentaries.
Yeah, like I don't know, what's the guy that did there's someone who did all the like famous ones like Best in Show and
Oh yeah. Adam
and
Sand.
Spinal Tap and stuff.
Remember the Pop Star Never Stop Poppin'? That comedy one? That was a bad one. I think Andy Samberg did that one.
Yeah, I watch like a lot of documentaries. Like it's like one of my favorite things to watch. I've actually technically watched no mockumentaries. Maybe I watched a little bit of American Vandal. I think maybe I did watch the first episode of
Mhm.
that because I know
That was
people
a
were
good
pretty
one.
hot on that one when it came out. But what's funny about this to me, it's a couple things. One, I do think it is good. Like it's an enjoyable thing to watch. But what struck me was two things. One, I think it's really funny where it is like kind of explicitly like joking. Like they very early on they like are playing up the names thing and that's like hilarious. They have the like when you look up cream cheese now on Wikipedia, you'll see the spread, but also the option for the man. And it's like that's so funny. Like there's so many like funny things they have. But I actually found that it was like almost too real to be like entirely funny. Like, and this is not to say that like their jokes were not funny because they were, but there weren't like enough jokes per minute for me to be like, ha ha ha. So I ended up just getting really just into it as if it was real.
Yeah, me too.
And then I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with these guys. And I'm like, wait, they're not fucking real. Which again, we watch fiction all the time, so you could still enjoy it and like be interested in them as characters. But I don't know if I want to continue with it for that reason, because it's like I am liking it wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just into what's going on.
I don't think that's true.
With both of them,
I don't think
but
that's true. I think that like this is based off of, you know how like they do those like based off a true story. This could literally say based off a true story.
Yes, absolutely.
It's that well done. As somebody who was like in the industry, it's literally so well done. You could almost take it as fact, but it's not, because they get all the footage. But like they have all the pieces there, like all their information is correct.
It's just a parody.
They're like, oh, we've just changed. Like, yeah, it's just a parody.
Yeah.
Like the way that they have like the streamer house and the kitchen is like sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's like everything's got a sponsor label attached to it.
They're all eating cheese,
and they have
constantly.
they have like arguments about like what Razor wants to see on the team.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end
it
of
was
the first
it was so good.
episode-
It was scary.
Yeah, at the end of the first episode, like there's like a phone call where one player is kind of like sassy to the other one. I was like, yeah, as if it was real. I was like, what's he gonna say?
yeah, like when they also did the iconic documentary thing, where especially if you're doing like, I generally prefer like a one and done documentary, like a movie format. I think they're usually better. I think it's rare that like, of my favorite documentaries, it's rare for them to be like a seriesized version, but I will like watch those as well. But like the key thing for like episodic is that it needs to have that feeling of like, I need to know, I need to click the next one because of where they left me. And that's how I felt with like the end of episode 1 for this. All that being said, there were some like, when they did go for like, boom, we were like writing a capital J joke, they were very funny. Like when the one guy, I think it was Cream Cheese, says, we're different than the Kings, we want to win. I was like, that's so funny. Yeah, but like in my notes, I put that. I thought it was the shot the hot sauce thing was hilarious. And the last thing I wrote for my notes was, it's real to me.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely.
It literally is real.
It's so you know this is a real esports team out there somewhere, just under a different name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was
And I really
impressed.
loved all the fake like memes and controversies and just like viral internet stuff was so spot on, like just so exactly how the internet would react to certain things. I'm trying to remember if this was if the "It's okay, I still think you're a good player" thing was in the first episode or not, but okay, I'm seeing stares.
So
maybe
no,
not.
I think it was. Well,
I think
it
he
was,
had
like,
it on his shirt, but then they like explained it later where it came from. But it was like just spoilers for this several-year-old mockumentary, I guess. But just like a thing that happened on Twitch, and then it blew up so big that people are like making shirts of it and memes of it and stuff like that, right? So they did a really good job with it. I think it is a very funny show. And
I know. I wish it had gotten. Jacob was the one that told me about it a long time ago, and he was like, "Sarah, because you work in esports, you have to watch this." And it's like, I just wish that had blown up more, because it literally it does such a good job showing you what the inside industry is like. Like they all kind of started off at just being passionate people who just like they all just like lived in a house together.
Yeah.
Right. And like the players are
and not like a hype
in
house.
What is
like
the dining room? It's not a cool
just
house.
like someone's house.
They're literally practicing in the dining room with the table removed. Which is kind of where a lot of these teams got their start. Was they were just like, I don't know, like let's just move into a cheap house together in LA and like play around the dining room table. And now it's ballooned so much. Yeah, they all have mansions and stuff like that. You got to worry about what the sponsors are gonna do.
And they're
Anyways,
like
highly
partnering with
recommend
Riot
players.
for it, right? Like there's, it's not that they never show gameplay.
They must
like,
have been.
They show.
Well, they had
Reddit's in the
they had
Reddit's in
like
the credits.
they had very real analysts and esports podcasters and stuff like that, and it like
Frost
people that
was
I was like,
there.
oh, I even know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real. I relate to the organism's brother who is like,
Yes.
I don't know, I saw a bunch of people walking around. Like that's how I'm like, that's literally what League looks like to me, where it's like people will be like, oh, and I'm like, I don't know
his
what I'm
brother's
looking
in the
at.
crowd, and he's like, I don't know what happened. They killed a giant purple worm, and then he died, and then everyone got mad at him.
So
And I'm like,
accurate.
yep, that's what it's like to watch esports.
Quick inside baseball thing. When is this going up so I can schedule? We'll repost if you're part of the Zacian Nation to Blue Sky.
Oh, this is gonna go up on Monday.
Yeah, this Monday.
Like this coming Monday? Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
up for Tuesday. Give people a chance.
Join the Zation Nation.
We do
Oh,
get
yeah,
some
actually,
pictures
no,
of
while we're-
Kelsey like
Everybody
this.
pew up. Everybody
pew
pew up.
Wait, hang
Pew
on.
up.
How do I do this
You
again?
have to do the FaZe Clan F
Which is that?
and then turn it into a P.
Okay.
Huh?
Everybody pew up.
Oh, I feel
Pew
dumb.
up,
I feel dumb.
everybody.
Everyone was faster than me. What are you doing?
I hope
Okay,
this isn't like
okay.
some really rude hand signal. Like
That's what I was saying.
Haley looks
Haley,
like
Haley,
she's trying
Haley,
to cast
Haley.
the ninjutsu.
Watch me.
Phase up. Do your
the
face.
phase first. You see that?
It's because
Take your pointer
Just-
finger.
I see why that
Little
voguing thing was so hard for you, Haley.
This
That you
little
learned how to
fingy?
do.
face up,
Yep. Yep.
face up.
And then turn it
Pew, pew.
lower. Yeah! You did it.
This has got to be something
Nice.
bad.
Everybody pew
Yeah,
up.
I feel like
Pew up.
again,
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna find
Leo,
out.
can
if
you
it's
look up-
supremacist
it's a
signal or
gang sign
something.
somewhere.
Leo, look up if it's bad, and if it is bad, can you blur it?
Yeah.
That will be much
Blur,
better.
blur our
Every
hands,
week,
please, in
Leo's job
case.
gets more hyper specific.
Pew Up, the new official hand sign of Pew Pew Bang, is made by holding your hand palm side down, pulling in your pinky and ring finger, extending your middle finger down for the length of the P, and using the thumb and pointer finger to form the loop of the P. The closest street sign would be one for the Bloods, known as Hangin' the P, made by pointing a fist down for the loop and extending pinky, ring, and middle finger for the wide-bodied length of the P. It's easily far enough apart to be totally inoffensive and save me the work of having to blur all these hands. Which is great, because all I had to do was this.
Hey, do you guys know what time it is?
I have a feeling
I
it's
think I'm about to find
Pink House time.
out.
I'm
It's
a little
Pink House!
inkling.
Oh my gosh, you're so smart. You
Thank
are so
you.
smart. This is our write-in section where the community can submit their burning questions, the things that they need advice on, the things that are ruining their lives, or I don't know, big decisions. We're happy to help, and we're really, really good at giving advice. So without further ado, I want to say this week we did not get a lot of the sort of like, sparkling in Saskatchewan or
Alliteration
whatever.
sign
right?
offs, yeah.
Yeah.
No one is sparkling in Saskatchewan, honey. Ain't nobody sparkling there.
Then why did Chapel Roan want to go there, maybe?
Because there's
Come to the
nothing
question.
going on. Get away from her ex. The perfect
Oh,
spot.
shit. Time to
Yeah.
re-listen to the song.
Okay, let's get to our first one. It's a juicy one. What do you guys think about the phrase "once a cheater, always a cheater"? I've been cheated
Ooh.
on. He confessed and is
Aw.
voluntarily doing everything you would hope he'd be doing to try to address the root problem. And I love him. Am I dumb for giving him a second chance?
This is hard. Oh, I'm sorry.
I would never
That's
say
a
you were
hard
dumb.
one.
'Cause that's too mean.
That's too mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
this sucks that you're going through it. I'm sorry. Sad.
you can only, I think, yeah, about the dumb thing in particular, you can only do your best with the situations you're given, and I don't think that really ever makes you dumb. Like you can make a mistake. That doesn't make you dumb. You are operating within the world that you know and the information you have,
Yeah. You don't know until
Mhm.
later when it's like, looking back, that was maybe a silly re-return on my part or something, but that's only with hindsight. It's tough. I feel like I'm biased because to my knowledge, I haven't been cheated on. So I do feel like the once a cheater was not even know it was a cheater, but I more so just feel like I struggle to imagine being able to come back from that.
Right.
I don't know if I want to spoil Sex in the City. It's a very old show already. Can I spoil Sex in the
Spoil it
City?
for
Is that
Sex-
allowed?
yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Spoil Sex in the
Spoiler
City, but
also.
also I'm having my cake and eating too because don't spoil it for me. I'm not done yet. But I'll spoil what I've watched to you. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay,
Spoilers
boom,
for
spoilers on.
some of Sex in the City.
Yeah. Samantha gets back with this guy, which she's not a big relationship person, but she's in this relationship with Richard and he cheats on her and then she goes back with him. And she realizes that like she's super paranoid about him cheating on her again. And she's like driving herself kind of crazy over it. And she finally like breaks up with him shortly after getting back with him. And he says, "Oh, I love you. I'm going to do my best. Like, I'm not, she's like, I love you too, but I love me more." She's like, "I can't do this. Like, it's, young man's
Banger
game.
line.
Like, I don't want to go through this anymore." So that's the thing. And I'm really not trying to say this to add more weight on things, but trying to put myself in the situation. I struggle to imagine ever feeling like okay again about that. That being said, it could also maybe situationally there's like something that would ease that pain or something, but I
Well,
I
like,
just
there
don't
is-
know if I could
there-
ever feel the same, you know?
There is a difference between a drunk kiss and going home with someone. Like those are extremely
Yes, that too.
different
There's
things,
definitely
you
levels
know?
to cheating for sure.
Yeah, I think I feel the same. I don't necessarily think once a cheater, always a cheater. I do think, you know, I think there are people who have fucked up and have been like, oh, that was a real low point for me. Never want to do that again. But as the other part in the relationship, I mean, yeah, you have to pay attention to your thoughts and feelings as you're navigating this. And if you're just like, man, I'm just paranoid and upset and worried and anxious all the time,
Yeah.
that's not, even if he's perfect from here on out, like that, you know, you can't fix that betrayal if it cuts that deep, you know?
Yeah, like I've never been cheated on either. My lights just turned off as I said that, implying that God is mad at me and I have been cheated on.
Kind of ominous.
I have been the cheatee.
I have cheated 1,000 times. Okay, the lights came back on because I told the truth. So anyways, the way that I always kind of visualize, because I have thought about this, like, would that be a deal breaker? What would happen? And the way I always kind of visualize it is like, you have your timeline of your relationship pre-cheating, and I don't think, like, when someone cheats, I don't kind of visualize it as the same relationship continuing. I view it as like a tangent goes up here, and now it's post-cheating relationship. Would I be comfortable being in that relationship? Because it's never going to be the same. As much as that person will say, I'll never do it again, and even if you could peek into the future and, like, know that for sure, do you just feel different about that person now? Because personally, I think, like, if somebody were to cheat on me, I would be like, you're not the person I thought I fell in love with then, so I'm kind of done.
Exactly,
here.
yeah.
Like, that's how I would kind of, I understand not everyone would think that way, but that would be me thinking of, okay, tangent up here. Now I'm in the post-cheating relationship. Do I want to stay in this one? Because the last one that was really good, that's gone. Like, I can't even pretend about that anymore. It's a different thing now. So I kind of try to separate it from that, because you'll have your goggles on and you'll say, oh, remember last year when everything was perfect, blah, blah, blah. Like that. Unfortunately, that time is gone because this person violated your trust, and now you have to sort of move forward from that point. And everyone's response to would you stay in that relationship after is different, but I still think you have to think about it that way.
Yeah. Also, I have
Yeah,
additional
and it's-
context. I just realized they submitted a second one for more context.
Oh,
It says his affair was via text for a few days and ended by him. Was not emotional or physical. No plans to meet up. No I love yous, etc. So I guess this is
Not
just
emotional or physical.
so
So
just
he was
like
just
a
like
sex-
It's
texting
not
someone.
possible.
like a sex.
Yeah, that's not
That's-
possible.
I mean, it's not physical, but I would consider that as
it sounds
something.
like they were sexting
this sounds
with
like-
no emotional connection.
This sounds like just
not
what we-
emotional or physical.
like an OnlyFans creator or something. Like just sexting.
Look,
of-
I feel like you know yourself the best, and I'm really sorry that this happened, that your trust has been broken. But I feel like by even writing in, you kind of already know what side you ended up on. You know, like I feel like once you
Yeah.
consider like, is this relationship ending? The relationship has ended. In a way, like, if this made you uncomfortable, that's enough. It doesn't matter that they weren't making out, having sex, or like it wasn't an emotional affair. If this made you upset and if this hurt you, that in itself is like valid enough
Yep.
to end the relationship.
Yep.
But yeah, it's basically, you know, you have to like look inward and be like, it's really just, you know, your decision. And like, yeah, it's a big like, how do I really feel about this?
yeah.
You know, because leaving relationships is hard, and you don't want to feel like you're overreacting or anything. But yeah, like if it hurt you and if you were hurt, then you should leave. If you don't think that it was a big deal and you're not hurt, I feel like you wouldn't be writing this to the podcast and you would just
Mhm.
stay. But at the end of the day, it is like your decision.
Yes, everyone's kind of has a
Yeah.
spectrum of what they would tolerate, right? Like some people say even following certain accounts is emotional cheating or doing XYZ, and like where you land on that spectrum's up to you. And I don't think it's fair for anyone to be like, that's too much, because it's just people have different boundaries. So
yeah, totally.
don't date somebody that has different styles of boundaries than you. Like that's one of the
Totally.
ways that you find out if somebody's compatible or not, right? Like that's cheating. That's not cheating. Like, you know, you're already kind of at an impasse a little bit there. So other people might try to say to you, oh, you're overreacting. This isn't how normal people react to this. But it's like, they're your boundaries. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel
Mhm.
Yeah.
in relation to it.
Absolutely. All right, how about a more lighthearted one? Hi, girls. I'm going with my wife to a convention out of city for the first time, and for the first time in one since my teens. Don't know what the American convention I could compare it to, but it is one of those without an exact theme, just generalized anime, games, pop culture, etc. What can I expect of such an adventure, and what advice would you give? What should I bring? Should we stay at a hotel or an Airbnb? What do we pack? How do we make friends? What snacks do we get? Share with me your knowledge and experience. Signed, Adventurer in Brazil, and this is a she/her.
We have a whole episode about
Okay.
this.
We do.
Our conventions episode.
Yeah, but ours are very like American localized.
That's fair.
I guess let's see. So I would stay in a hotel, and I would try to stay in the hotel that other people who are attending the convention are staying in. Because
If you
usually
can
they're like a
afford
lot
it,
of
that
fun.
is definitely the
Yeah,
the
usually
way to
there's a
go.
hotel that the convention is like partnered with, or the nearest hotel, or they just have like, if you're coming to our convention, stay here. And that is usually the most fun. If you're like young and you want to like stay up, probably it would be really fun for you. If you're looking for a more like laid back vibe, maybe don't stay in like the con hotel, because I feel like they get really rowdy.
But especially if you are going to try to make friends and stuff, the convention hotel, like whatever hotel they've got the blocks in and stuff, is going to be the one where like you're going to share a hotel with or an elevator with a cosplayer, and you're going to like go downstairs to the bar to get a drink, and there'll be other people who are like clearly there. They're wearing the lanyards, whatever. Makes it really easy to strike up a conversation with someone because you already know you have something in common, you know? You can just be like, oh, what are you going to see today? Or what did you see today? You go to any panels? What did you buy? You know?
Yeah, and people are super friendly. So it's like if you see someone wearing a shirt and you're like, I watched that anime or play that game, you can tell them because they're probably wearing it because they want you to talk to them about said thing.
And then as far as like what to pack and what snacks to get and stuff, I would say don't underestimate how much walking you're going to be doing. And so definitely wear something that is comfortable and that's comfortable for like a long period of time. Because I have lots of shoes that are like super comfortable as long as I sit down frequently throughout the day, but not if I'm standing the whole day. And sometimes I find out the hard way on some of those. So good shoes. And then, yeah, I usually do like to pack some snacks just because convention food is always super expensive. So at least having some granola bars or just something quick so that you don't have to make every time you get hungry, you have to go buy a $12 convention center sandwich or whatever.
Phone bank charger, maybe, if you don't want to go back to your hotel throughout the day and just want to go from the convention into dinner and then to other things. That can be nice. And a good sized bag too. And what I like to do is bring because like conventions also have the artist alley and stuff, so you might want to buy some stuff throughout the day. Is in your bag also have the like reusable like ones that I don't what's the word where they get small.
It's like a tote kind of.
Yeah. It's like a bag, like a bagoo, collapsible.
Yeah.
That's the word. I always like having a couple of those so that if I kind of buy more than I anticipated, I don't have to hold it and like, or have to feel like I have to go back to the hotel or something too.
Smart.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer.
I do like
and,
the touchland kind because it's like
Band-Aid, Advil.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that
You're going
maybe
full
you
mom.
might want to refresh with. Like I like having like gum on hand. I like having some type of facial mist, like the hypochlorous acid spray. I'm probably saying that acid wrong, and then it's something that ruins your skin. But you know what I mean? Like the SOS stuff from what's the name of that one brand? God, I'm blanking. Tower 28. Or just a cheap one on Amazon or somewhere that's less evil than Amazon.
No, don't get your skincare on Amazon. Don't do it.
Because it's fake a lot of times, right? But
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
from
yeah.
Tower 28. It's like a non, because you can just get the ingredients like way bigger than what, because Tower 28 is basically just selling you like something very simple, but they're like, we're Tower 28. So you're like, oh, it's $3
So get
now.
it from,
But yeah.
get it from a like some kind of name brand that is not through Amazon or Walmart, because it's all just like a lot of it's just drop shipping and there's a lot of fake products in there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I agree with Sarah on the hotel versus the Airbnb thing. One thing to keep in mind, if you on the off chance that like not off chance, but you know, you're doing the trip, I'm sure you've budgeted accordingly. But if you're really looking to save with that, the challenge with the Airbnb is kind of multifaceted. One, making sure it's near enough, or like near at least transit. Depending on where you're going in the United States, train might be better than bus might be better than train. Like a lot of times train is better than bus, but like I've been in cities where like I think San Francisco's bus system is really great, and it's kind of like just as good, if not better in a way. Some people might debate me on that. But yeah, that's kind of the perk of the Airbnb. And then also make sure you read the listing carefully for Airbnb and like know, are you getting a room? Are you getting an area? Like, do you have, for a big thing for me in Airbnb, if I'm looking to like save money and just do an Airbnb, is I need to have like a private bathroom. Like I don't want a shared bathroom because I just find that a little too awkward for me. I know I'm not there a lot. I just don't want to share a bathroom with the people that own the property or whatever.
I've never stayed in an
Yeah.
Airbnb room. I've only ever. That
I did.
feels so
on
I
accident
did one
once.
time.
It was
I've
not
done it
comfortable.
a few times.
I've heard that
Okay.
people do it on accident all the time.
It was my first Airbnb too. Like Airbnb had not been around for very long. It was I think it was my first E3 actually.
Oh.
I stayed in just it was like there were like 2 or 3 guys in this house and then this room that had it freaked me out, man. I mean,
That's scary.
I was fine. They were
I feel like
they
I
were
would have
nice
like
lads,
just booked. I would have just booked a hotel. I'm sure they'd be really nice, but I'd be like, sorry, I'm just going to book a hotel and pay.
Sarah, you have
eat
no
the
idea how
fees.
much money I did not have at the time. That was
That would have been like call my mom and tell my mom to book a hotel for me. You know, like it would have been levels of like break the glass, call my mom.
Funnily enough, one of my favorite Airbnb experiences and trips was just booking a room. It was like me and Isaiah came to LA for a friend's wedding. The wedding was like slightly outside LA. It was Palm Springs, but we were like, we wanted to check out LA.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. And it was like a woman that owned it. No, sorry, men, you know you're scary. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I just go, let's be real. But also I'm with Isaiah, so it's like whatever. But we just had like the room and it just ended up being awesome for no reason. It was really like small, but like that trip was just so fun. And then the owner had a cat and the cat was really soft. But again, you got to know what you're signing up for. So definitely watch out for that element.
get an Airbnb with a
Yeah.
soft cat. That's our advice.
Yeah. Plan in times to bail. Like I like to set up a schedule of things I want to see, but I also try to keep in mind, like, what do I really for sure want to see or do? And sort of prioritize that and be cool with like, you know what? I'm down for this panel, but we can just like go to the hotel or home early or whatever, or do something else because like sometimes you're more tired than you expect. So yeah. Have
That's the
fun.
nice thing about staying in the convention hotel too, is like
Yes.
you do have that option a lot easier. I mean, sometimes
Yes.
you can get lucky with the good Airbnb not being super far away, but the convention hotel is usually right there, and that makes it very easy to be like, wow, I am really tired and I just need to take a quick refresh nap.
Yeah, like Janet,
And
how much
usually
did
there's
you
like blocks
that?
in the hotel.
How much did you like that hotel right around the corner at GDC? Because you and I had that other one
Yeah.
2 years ago where we had to Uber all the way down there, and then the one that we went to, Sarah, that they would have gone to this year is like 5 feet away from GDC.
It's right
so
there,
nice.
and all I wanted was for it to be even closer because I was so tired at certain points. But like, yeah, thank God it was like, you know, a 5-minute walk.
yeah.
I've
Being able to have a
never
shower
stayed
before
at
the
a
dinner.
close hotel at
Ugh.
GDC. That's crazy. They're like $1 bazillion.
If you buy the ticket, if you buy
Thank you
a
guys
room
for
really early,
listening.
this one's not too bad. I'll send you the deets if you ever go to
Okay.
GDC.
Yeah, I'm sure Ben got a killer deal, and we're not
It's
using your
still
Patreon dollars
stupid
irresponsibly.
expensive, but
Yeah, it's still stupid expensive for what you
but
get.
it's less
Mhm.
it's less stupid than all the other ones that are literally 5 feet away from it.
All right, let's do one more.
Yippee!
Hey gang, I wanted to get some advice on something I'm a little unsure about. I'd recently asked out a friend from work who replied that while she had a boyfriend, she'd still be happy to meet up just as friends. I'm a guy, by the way. I thought a lot about it and decided to just try, see what it was like, and just have fun hanging out because I do enjoy talking with this person. It was a great time. We've met up a few more times since to see a movie or get lunch, and we talked for an hour or two about what was going on with us. Throughout it all, I think I was trying very, very consciously to make sure I was recognizing any boundaries or if she was uncomfortable, but ultimately it just felt like we were becoming fast friends and it was great. I mentioned some of this to my sisters and they think it's a little weird that she meets one-on-one with me, that she hasn't mentioned her boyfriend once since the initial invite, and she's also pretty touchy when we meet. I am weary about how easy it can be for guys, myself included, to read into things, and I feel like she's just friendly and genuine, and though I'm starting to get a little confused about it all, so I thought I would get some input from some fellow fans of Leon S. Kennedy, i.e. people with good opinions.
If I feel like I believe that men and women can be friends,
Totally.
Of course.
but I believe that if you approach her with romantic intentions first and then hang out as friends alone together and you do things that are basically almost dates, like going to the movies, That's weird.
It's not like crazy weird, but it is weird that there's like never, but like neither of you have been like, let's also bring Bob from work
Yeah.
or whatever, you know, like, I think that is a confusing situation, and I don't think you are like wrong to feel confused about that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I agree that starting off with a foot of like you liking her is weird, but then kind of sometimes time cures all weirdness with situations like this. It's completely dependent. But like for some Michael Reno lore, like when Michael Reno and I first met when we were, God, 12 and 13 or something. He's now my best friend.
But Michael's gay, right?
He's gay, but when he was younger, he would have crushes on girls. We each had a crazy crush on each other for like years, and we each liked each other. I think back on that now, I'm like, what the fuck was going on? It's like, it's my little brother essentially in my brain now, right? But when I was 13 or 14, 15, whatever, how old we were, we each had little
When you're that
crushes
old,
on
you
each
just
other.
find whatever boys near you that
A boy
you know
was
you
nice
can
to
maybe have
me.
a crush on, because having a crush is fun. Yeah.
Having a crush is fun, and this boy was nice to me, and I hung out with, play games with him all the time. Of course, it just like happens. But yeah, Michael Reno's gay. My crush for him went away, and yeah, now he's like the closest person to me outside of my family and my partner. You know, it's like, so if I were to apply that rule to that situation, we could have never been friends. But like, context
I
is
think
so
those
different.
circumstances are a little different because it's like
definitely
Because it was
different.
years and years ago.
it's really different.
I think it's
feel
weird
like the red
that off
flag
the
is
cuff-
the touching.
The
Yeah.
touching.
And also
Yeah.
the off the cuff, like immediately, like you hit her up and you like asked her out. This is just assuming that everything in the story is accurate. I guess technically you could have been like, let's hang out, and I don't know. Well, I guess you said that she mentioned having a boyfriend or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like she's weird for that. Like, I think it's a little weird to be like, no, I'm not interested in you because I have a boyfriend, but let's hang out anyway. Like, I think if you ended up hanging out eventually anyway, I don't think that would be weird. Like, I don't think you need to say, this person asked me
Yeah.
out, I can never hang out with them. But to be like, I can't date you, but let's hang out and let me kind of touch up on you. Like, that's, she,
It
I
feels
don't
like
know,
she's
weird
like
for that.
testing you out. She's testing you out to see if maybe you'd be better than her boyfriend, and she's stringing you along because she wants to be with people who like her. And you said that you liked her, but she has a boyfriend, so she's, and like the fact that she never talks about her boyfriend. I don't think her boyfriend would approve of this.
That's the
No.
part that I think is the most unclear here. It's like, do we know that the boyfriend knows this
Is
is
uncomfortable with the situation.
Because that's
If you
where
can
this
take your
would
girl,
get-
that ain't your girl. I don't know, man. Like, something's going on here.
I feel like I would be like, the three of us should hang out so that like we know it's not
like there
weird,
should
and we
be
know...
like, you know, Jesus should be there somewhere. You know.
Can you what was the context again? Kelsey, was it they worked together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they work together.
How it
Me and
doesn't say how
Isaiah used
long?
to work together.
And look at you
doesn't say
now.
how
Just
long.
throwing that out there.
You're not helping.
Nuclear family.
I'm not trying. I mean, well, am I trying to? I'm answering the question. Like, is it weird? Yeah, it's weird. Now, what do you have to do after that? You didn't ask that, so I don't have to.
It's
answer.
giving like work husband, work wife
Oh yeah,
Which always
a
is
little
weird.
bit, which is a form of cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
They were
But,
they were
like,
friends.
You're the
at
single
work
one though, so I feel
already.
like you're kind of valid. But also, like, watch the fuck out because that looks messy.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
friends at
I
work.
would be feeling a little worried that there's a chance her boyfriend doesn't know about this and that you're kind of putting yourself in a sort of messy situation that you
I think
have
you're
no
definitely in a
knowledge of,
messy
and that is not your
situation.
fault, frankly. Like, I don't
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with men and women hanging out. I don't think there's anything wrong with men and women hanging out one-on-one if the situation is appropriate for it, but this does just feel a little off. A little like you're missing.
It's kind of
a
giving
piece of
Pam
the
and Jim
puzzle.
if Jim was like, "Hey Pam, I'm in love with you," immediately. Again, I know you didn't say you were in love with her, but it's just, yeah.
Because it's like, why didn't you hang out only after you confess romantic feelings? You
That's
know,
a-
like where
that's
was
an
like the let's
question.
hang out as friends?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I get that
Then
like
you
he just
confess
approached her
romantic-
immediately. I guess kind of not immediately, but like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, but
like led with
you
that.
know.
Like, I don't really believe, I guess, in the like the either some form of failed romance to friendship pipeline. It just seems messy because like and obviously they can't write back or respond back, but like, do you still have feelings for her? You probably do, because why wouldn't you?
They could.
You think she's
They could write back.
attractive?
Yeah.
You think they're cool? Like, I don't know, are you getting to know her and you're liking her less? Probably not.
Because then
So-
why would you want to hang out? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's pretty messy. I feel like you're the guy she tells her man not to worry about. And the question is, do you want to be that guy? Maybe you being a little toxic and you're like, shoo, when they inevitably break up, I'll be right there. And you know,
You don't want to
The
be.
friend-
You don't want to be the rebound. You don't want to be the.
You don't want to be the rebound, and you
next-
don't want to be with someone that so easily like shops around.
Well, yeah, that's like lining
Like
up the
that.
next person.
Mhm.
hey, maybe they're there for a good time, a long time. I don't know. I don't know your life.
I would say
I don't know what
you
kind of life
can
you're looking to
still
live.
You can still be friends with them, but definitely pull back a little.
Watch
on,
your
like,
back.
Watch your back.
Poppy says,
She's not gonna
kiss
kill
her.
you.
Kiss her. Just try
No,
it.
Poppy, that's messy.
Poppy,
that's
Poppy.
messy.
Just
Next
kiss
thing
her.
you
Poppy,
know,
you
it's
messy
gonna be-
bitch.
I'm a
messy bitch,
I'm a
Poppy.
Next thing you know, she's gonna be like, oh, they're just gonna be complaining. I don't know. It's
Don't listen to me. I helped my cousin.
yeah, but
I'm weird.
if you're like, am I in something weird and toxic? Yes, you are.
It's if you're
Yeah.
you clearly feel weird about it, so yeah.
It's-
Well, I think
If
he was
asked the
saying
guy
that his
out,
sister
he
said
said
it
he had
was
a
weird.
girlfriend and then was like, we can hang out. I'd be like, no.
I don't really want to hang out with that person.
Because now I feel like
No.
you're just using me.
You gotta let some
I'd be like,
space go.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
we
suggest
can hang
group
out
hangouts
in
for a little
groups.
while.
Yeah, group
Yeah.
hangouts. I don't want to sound like I'm like some kind of weird relationship police here,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you know what? There needs to be some distance. Wee woo,
think
wee woo.
You think they should kiss? Yeah. Poppy says go for it.
No.
Yeah, well, Poppy's a messy bitch.
I think. I think you.
At
don't
your
take
job,
Poppy's
that's real
advice.
messy.
That's a real.
I think if
messy,
you do want to keep this person in your life and just want to make this less messy, this is just a group hangout only kind of situation.
Yeah.
And
Which
you
is
can-
fine.
It's totally fine.
Acceptable.
If you guys are friends, then that's totally fine.
But she
So.
has said she has a boyfriend, so you can never make a move. I hope that's clear.
Yeah, you guys are friends like how
Yep,
Ted and Robin
Poppy.
were friends.
No, that
And
was
Robin
why
and
you-
Barney were friends. And Ross and Rachel were friends. That's how you're
Poppy.
friends.
Why would you
I've
want
seen this
that?
show a lot of times.
Yeah.
Ooh, good luck. Please,
Yeah.
please
Flag,
follow up.
literally
If
flag on
something-
the
I'm
field.
If something can continue, I got it. I got to
Yeah,
know
this
more.
was submitted.
I know
a
this
little
story,
while
but I want to
ago,
know.
so
Ooh,
I wonder.
Yeah, give us an update.
I wonder
Did you
if
start
there's an
complaining about her
update.
boyfriend in a way that she wanted you to be like,
no.
"Ugh,
Don't do that.
If
like,
only
you
I
shouldn't be
could
treating
find
you
a
like
guy
that, baby.
you.
If you were with me, I'd treat you right." I wouldn't be like that.
Wow, that's really
I don't
messed up of him. I would never say anything like that to someone I loved.
I just feel like she's looking and she's liking. I don't know. That's just me.
Why don't you suggest a hang with her and her boyfriend?
That's kind of what I was saying.
Yeah,
Like, if
you
you-
should
And then,
like,
and then
every-
hook
this
up with the
boyfriend,
boyfriend,
like,
bro.
If-
Get with the man.
I-
Take her man.
boyfriend.
I'd read that.
Yeah,
Take her
take
man
her
and then put your
man.
2 weeks
Take her
in.
man.
if everything is not weird, you should be able to hang out with the two of them.
Yeah,
And give them both a
Yeah.
kiss.
that's the ultimate.
See what's
hang.
Give them both a little kiss.
Now you're a
Yeah.
throuple. Oh my god, wait, where do you live? Do you live in one of those places that has a bunch of throuples?
Seattle?
Yeah,
Seattle, a throuple
Portland?
city. Oh, Portland for sure.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
Anyways, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening to Pew Pew Bang and learning all about esports and who you should and should not kiss with us.
Yeah.
If you feel like supporting the show, you can go to patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. You unlock the bonus pre-recorded show called Sarah's Loaded Gun, which I know I say this every week,
it
but
was
like
an hour this week.
it's a freaking banger. It's a banger. They're so
Loaded Gun's
good.
the new Pew Pew Bang.
Loaded Gun is
It's
we're
this
gonna
bonus pod to the
I
MinnMax
think
show.
we just have 2 podcasts,
True.
honestly. So anyways, if you would like to support the show and listen to that, patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. And you should also share our content. You can find us on social media at pewpewbang.bluesky.social, at pewpewbangpod. Sometimes the MinnMax show social medias also post some fun stuff with us in it, but tell a friend, find some other fun weirdos who want to be around us, and we'll see you on the other side. Join the Zation Nation.
Join the Zation Nation.
Our moms are all big
Nation.
Zation
Put your
Nation
pews
heads,
up.
so
Unless it's a bad sign, then I'm
yeah.
not doing it.
In which
Don't
case,
cancel me.
God, I can never do this
Don't
on the
cancel
first
me.
try. Okay.
All right, you have to phase up every
You
time, and
fuse,
then I
you
curl
phase
it
up,
over.
and then you pew up,
I'm bad at this.
And then you
Haley,
join-
please. Haley,
and then you join the Zation Nation. That's what our moms have taught us, and they're
Get your
picking us
pews
up
out. Pew,
right
pew.
now.
I'm bad at it.
Bye bye.
Bye.
If you liked this, you can catch more of us on MinnMax's other content like the MinnMax Show podcast, our Unhinged community voted series, New Show Plus, Deepest Dive game clubs on new and retro games, and a whole lot more. It's all Patreon supported, so if you enjoy the show, please consider checking out those benefits, clicking around to our other shows, or telling a friend about Pew Pew Bang. Thanks a bunch.